Look at this.
They're
Look
basically
at this.
Heartbreakers,
Curse.
Greg.
Yeah, he's a monster.
Yep. That tracks.
La 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 la. Okay.
Right. So where last we left off, you guys had just left the Knight's Rest Tavern, where you were waiting
Hot
to get
terrorists.
the map in a week's time.
Yeah.
And
Greg, you
the
need to update my
elf
on the
meeting
recap.
is tomorrow.
Oh.
Tomorrow, KKK.
OKKK.
Or KK.
Mark, do you know what the can you put like the Quenya character for K 3 times in chat for us?
Okay, I mean, I don't have it in my keyboard. My keyboard doesn't support Tengva, nor does this.
Boo!
Wow.
Boo!
What a crap
Boo!
keyboard. Get a better keyboard, man.
No,
You
it's not-
why didn't you buy that keyboard I sent you that
Discord-
only
Discord
had those
understoods me.
characters?
I mean, I can draw it. Wait. I can draw KKK
It's not gonna be the same.
in Tengva. With my mouse, it's going to be really bad. But I can at least try.
Well, at least he's making an effort.
Yeah. It ate much, but it's honest work.
It ain't much.
So this is the K in Tengva.
Tain't much.
It's also the. It's also
Isn't that
the.
just
It's also,
the Monster Energy logo?
no.
Pretty sure it is.
And the
Fuck
devil
you.
laughed.
Okay, let's stop.
No, that is an offensive symbol. I can see how that is how that would make people feel offended.
No, look, it is that is just the Monster Energy logo.
It totally is.
No.
Nah.
It was my shitty attempt at trying to draw this Tengva.
You've brought a significant amount of shame to not only to yourself, but the token.
Ist nicht meine Schuld, wenn Discord Tengva nicht unterstützt.
Bottoms up. All right. So what should we do, Lady Ilsanane and Lord Finderwell?
Not a lord.
So, or a prince if you want
Sir
to say it.
Finderwell.
Not
Call
a
him
prince
a-
either. Lost his crown.
Yeah, this was that, yeah.
Mr. Finderwell.
Alaric, despite spending most of his life as an antisocial hermit, still observes, being polite.
But is it polite to call somebody by the wrong rank?
Yes.
Isn't he a sir though? Because he's
Inflate their ego. Inflate their ego. He's a lord back home.
Not technically anymore.
But he also wouldn't be a lord of back home, right? He'd be like His Highness.
He'd be his hiney. And no,
His
he'd be like a prince, but he's not because they lost their crown, so they're not nothing no mo.
Yeah.
So really,
I
I
like
think the correct thing to call him is boy.
Boy. Fender boy.
Fender boy.
All right, I guess this is how Alaric talks now.
Yeah,
All
oh
right,
my,
boy.
oh my god. Guess who's dying first?
Yeah.
It took me a few months to find his voice, but Lady-
heck now, he
Lady
finally
Ilsanane.
found it.
Lady Ilsanane,
Fender
boy.
boy.
Let's go stage a coup. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm proposing.
You think I could pass as an elf?
No, you won't. Pass as an elf, like the hobo that you look like.
Phew.
You-
Phew.
I mean, you'd be a right old elf, Alric.
Older
I'm
than
an
Círdan
old elf.
Old elf.
Older than Círdan himself, indeed.
I'm an elf who is thousands of years old.
Okay,
That's
Círdan
why
is
I look
like
so
10k at the fellow at the time of the ring quest. He's like 10,000 years old at this point. Círdan.
Get her done.
Anyway,
Get
What
her
is-
done.
what is the plan?
Let's raid the armory. I mean, wasn't that the plan?
Thought we were waiting a week.
I do not believe that we had agreed to raid the armory.
I thought I had agreed to
I
split the
mean, you
coup, but then
have the you
and
have the
where is the
floor
black
plan.
guy? Yeah, and
We
where is
have
this
the
black
floor
guy that we
plan.
wanted to cooperate with?
Well, he said it was going to be another week before you got the floor plan for the palace,
Yeah,
and you didn't talk to him about raiding the armory just yet. But you
Yeah.
can if you want.
I believe simultaneous strikes is in order.
I mean,
Launch the nuclear missiles.
Tactical nuke incoming.
weapons. You gotta know that one, right, Car?
Mm-hmm.
With what's his face?
Yeah, command and conquer.
Launch the nuclear weapons.
Launch. Oh, are you talking about from the Toast of talking about Stephen Toast?
If that's his name, I don't know his name. I love the dude though. He's got a hilarious voice.
Oh yeah. Well, Stephen Toast is the character, but you're talking about Matt Berry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Launch the nuclear weapons.
Tactical nuke incoming.
Upbeat.
Launch the nuclear weapons. All right. So are you going back to talk to him again, or what's the plan?
That's the plan.
I mean, tactic.
We just wait. Why don't we just chill out for a few days?
And
Well,
See what
tomorrow's the
happens.
elf meeting. The 21st is getting the map.
Yeah, I very much don't think that we should just raid the armory because we have floor plans.
I mean, we can wait on that Sub-Saharan and see what he has to say.
Yeah, I mean that makes more sense to me. I mean, so
And let's see if he can bring us like 500 side soldiers by 5 p.m.
so Vera's big
500,
concern
500,
is
500 child soldiers.
Vera's big concern is poking the hornet's nest right before we plan to poke the hornet's nest.
Yeah, it is. You haven't talked about any of it with aside from just like the general idea of doing it. You haven't talked
think
about
we
any
can,
specifics with anybody yet.
Yeah, we're not just gonna.
We need to get a war room
That's
with
true.
our top men.
Mm.
You do have the basement of the Knight's Rest, which is
Or they a
Pretty good.
war room.
yeah,
It
but
works well as an insurgent hideaway, I guess.
yeah, but I mean, like you know, if you look at the first floor though, you got a bunch of people hanging out protecting the way down there.
Hmm.
Then you go
See, the
downstairs.
first floor looks more like a war room to my mind. It's got a big stag head on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Like it says, yeah, that's way more of a war room.
But it's a public tavern, you know. So when you go
Yeah.
downstairs, you got this table at least.
Mhm. Got this table at least.
You know, you got a little table.
Hey,
I love that. That's your criteria. I mean, you got a table here. It's
I mean,
basically a war room, right?
that's you know, you make a list of things you need for a war room. The first thing you're putting on there is a table.
That's true. A table and then maps.
Yeah.
I like
and
this
then
basement.
some daggers to stab into said maps.
Yeah.
That works.
There's maps over here.
Mm-hmm. And we got that scrawled map of the armory. We could put that on the war room table.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. But is Older and his dudes gonna like spill jam on the shit? Because it looks like they're having snacks there.
Well, they're finishing up.
Okay. If I find marmalade
I
on
know.
my map,
I know.
it's gonna be
And
a problem.
Older hasn't started the map yet. He's waiting till they all finish eating, and then before he does it.
Until he finishes his marmalade.
Yeah.
Smart.
And
So that's smart.
He he's gotta get some intel first.
Okay.
is the marmalade elvish though?
No, it's not Elvish marmalade.
Okay, then it's not worth eating. So let's go. Let's talk to him.
Elves are
But maybe
notorious for their jammeries.
Yes, it's true. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But okay, but also, can I challenge the King of Embers to a rock off?
No.
Is that allowed?
Whatever went
couldn't
down
get
in
his
Georgia,
rocks off?
he was looking for a soul to steal. He was
Okay,
in
so
bind, he
okay,
had to find.
if I can do it, can I find Maglor somewhere in the coast to train me in music so that I can beat him in the rock off?
All right. So what is the plan now? You guys are sitting in your carriage outside the Knight's Rest.
Where's
Again,
the armory? It's
Hmm?
against one of the walls, right?
Say that again.
Where is the armory? It's like on the other side of one of the walls somewhere, right?
It is this right here.
Okay.
So as you can see, it's halfway in and halfway. And if you want, I can pull up the floor plan for you.
Yeah. It's pulling a partial, basically.
Let's see.
Half in, half out.
Yeah.
These
This
are
is
the
it. And like so, like this half is like, you know,
yeah.
you know, this half will be out there, and this half will be on the other side. You know.
Yeah. So the top is the field ward side. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is
Yeah.
the steps in.
But okay, I mean,
Actually, no. This here would be the field ward side.
Oh, okay.
also, I have a question. Do we want to arm our jihadis to cause chaos while we are doing
The
our
jihadis
pilot
are
raid?
already armed,
Okay, good.
and they're not really jihadis anymore. You know.
They are moderate rebels because the CIA
Freedom,
sponsored
they're,
them.
they're freedom fighters.
Yeah, because they're you know, they're like a legitimate group now on account of Varys giving them a good bit of funding right before he left.
Yeah. Mhm.
I'm doing my part.
He's doing
you
his
were
part.
part.
It's
you're
much,
right.
but it's honest work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, what's the plan now? I mean,
Well,
I
didn't you
could-
want to go do?
I
Didn't you
could
want to
meet
do
with
your?
the KKLs and see if they can have more helpful information that we could use.
I agree.
I mean, they could have, especially if we have like some people there from the embassy of Evermeet, and it have like and have relations to this Lord Protector. We could find
Yeah,
out more about it.
I say he meets with this elvish supremacist group and tries to gauge their feelings on the Lord Protector.
It's not
Yeah.
supremacy; it's just realization of the truth.
That still might be supremacist. Those are not mutually exclusive.
Ah, you cringe.
Quick question, Harmonel.
I'm listening.
Are you and your brothers like actually important for Evermeet?
No.
Well,
So
we were
so
until,
I guess-
until we got dispossessed.
is there any legitimate sense in which you could present yourself as the government in exile of Evermeet?
Fuck no.
I'm not going to be the government in exile. Just saying that in this elf supremacist meeting, there's very likely going to be people from Evermeet who could have had like who are working the embassy.
Finderwell would be like one of like 100+ noble houses,
Oh, okay.
and they were not
But-
on the council, so they
This
were
was
not
not my point.
in government. Yeah,
this
so I
was
was
not
just
like-
answering his question now.
So
Yeah,
was y'all's lost crown just like a crown that everyone has?
or the noble, all the founding noble house of Evermeet got one when Evermeet was established.
Oh, okay. So it's a big deal for you that you lost the crown, but for Evermeet, it's like,
Basically.
Yeah,
oh, that's
It's basically
sad.
like a symbol of power. I mean, if you don't have it, you're fucked.
Yeah, you need it to navigate to and from Evermate.
Oh, that's sad. So like your whole world is crushed, but that world just like doesn't give a fuck about you.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. pretty much.
Fuck the EUM propaganda. That's what I'm saying.
You just became so much more tragic of a character.
I mean, we've known this the whole time. He's said this multiple times.
Yeah,
I didn't
Yeah,
realize
but
that he
Varys
was
never listened.
yeah.
I mean, the thing is, I knew what he thought he was in terms of importance. I didn't know what everyone else thought of him, though. I didn't realize he was so insignificant. It's just sad.
Yeah, he does have a higher opinion of himself than is perhaps warranted.
Better. Yeah.
So-
Oh, sad.
So
Yeah, the noble friends would care. Well, his entire extended family is dead.
Yeah.
I mean, all the Nia family, at least, like once and twice removed, at least they're all dead. Apart from my brothers.
All dead.
F. But like distant family will probably
Tangor
still be
Fs.
alive somewhere. Like more distant family. Like third and fourth removed. Well, that's what I was. The point I was trying to make is, I mean, they're going to be people. There's likely going to be people there who will have good information regarding the whole stance on the Lord Protector and who this guy might be. And also, they could help us find like some powerful magic users, possibly. See if we can find that fucking cleric that we're looking for in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And I think additionally, when you're at the let's call it elf enthusiast meeting,
Truth
you
meeting.
you should inquire as to suspiciously try to figure out what the relations currently are between Evermeet and this government of Waterdeep.
I will
Whether there are
see
any
it. I will try to
relations.
extract that information, yes.
Yeah. Because if there aren't, that's the sort of thing that maybe you could try to finagle your way into the palace along those lines. I mean, if we were to approach the palace as, you know, like a joint ambassadorial committee, you know, from the burgeoning town of Nightstone, and
This is what I had proposed in the basement together with the Sub-Saharan guy.
You could be like the trade. You could be like the envoy of Evermeet. You know, if Evermeet doesn't have trade with them, then you can present yourself in that way, and it's not like anyone's gonna gain.
The Lord Protector's reaction to people from Evermeet would be, though.
We'll see.
I mean, if he's open to them, I mean, I could enter and see it and scout it myself, and then give you the info. I mean, rather than rely on some other guy trying to smuggle some floor plans.
Well, what the impression you got when you talked to the guy in the temple was less that he was open to them and more that he just didn't want to fuck with them because of the implication.
Or less because he doesn't want to go in all out war with the elves because he'll get fucked.
And there's like, you know, portals and stuff in the Temple of the Seldarin, so it's like directly connected.
I mean, I get the vibe that that the prejudice in Waterdeep is currently restricted to a type of person and not yet to a race of person. I'm sure that at some point it will evolve to races as well, because that's how pogroms work. But currently, it's just about magic people.
They're not out of magic people to judge yet, you know.
Yeah, they haven't culled everyone yet of the group they've picked, so they don't need to pick a new group yet.
Alrighty then. And what will you do in the meantime when I talk with my kinman?
You can paint a picture. You can always paint a picture.
I mean, what are you going to do? Not when.
You're not going to let them come with you?
I mean, they were not invited, I think, by Eden, or however the priest was called. Eden only invited myself.
I mean, Alric can't go.
Yeah.
Care to go to such a thing. That's just
but I mean, it would arouse suspicion if someone who hadn't gotten like the invitation from Eden or however the cleric was called would Eden would suddenly pop up there. You get what I mean?
Tough, man.
So currently, where are we standing right now? We still in the basement? We're in that top floor.
You're sitting on your carriage outside.
You're the carriage, okay. So from what Casey and Older said, there isn't any way from the field ward into Waterdeep, right? These entrances are good and properly sealed now.
Yes.
Anytime we want to go into Waterdeep, we need to go all the way around the city and enter through the
unless you somehow found like
cast invisibility,
some sort of like abandoned tunnel or something like that. Yeah.
How high are the walls?
Pretty high.
How many meters?
So I can't see to the top of them.
You can't what?
See onto the top of them. Anyway.
Let me see.
He's got to look up his Waterdeep guide.
I guess how does phase step work? Can I phase step to above an object I can see? Do I need to see the surface upon which I'm going to step, or can I step just like into the air
It's called
above the
phase step or phase step. Phase step.
phase step? Although phase step is awesome.
Well, you gotta read out the ability to see what it does. So.
Just says unoccupied space, so I guess I can step into the air, right?
Hold on. When I use phase step. Okay, so there's gonna be like. What is your race called?
Eladrin.
Flat-
Eladrin.
Okay.
Hey, elf.
Yes, elf, fey, Eladrin.
As a bonus action, you can magically teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see.
Yeah.
So no,
But that-
you couldn't teleport on top of the walls. You can't see the top of the walls.
No, but that's what I mean. Because I don't need to see the top of the walls, then, right? I just need to see the space above the top of the walls, and then I'll drop.
But that's further than 30 feet away.
Okay, yeah, but in theory, then that's okay, right? I can teleport into the air above things and then drop a small way.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's unoccupied space. Okay, yeah. So the walls are about 30 feet, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How? Okay. Vera pokes her head out of the carriage and looks at the walls and tries to gauge how tall they are by looking at the buildings beneath them. How tall are they?
Roll a geography check. No, a geometry check.
Yeah. I got my slide rule.
The
A
task about
geography
that.
check.
Do you need to do a geometry check?
I just don't.
So it's a little bit of simply intelligence.
Let's say 50 feet.
50 feet, okay. And
So how many meters is that?
like
15 meters. Okay.
15. No, more like 20.
No, 50 feet is 15 meters.
What? Okay, yeah, sorry. Math is hard.
Du kannst kein Mathe, okay, deswegen brauchst du keinen Geometrie-Check zu
Just
machen.
thinking of centimeters and not meters, okay? Chill. Looking up at those 50 feet tall towering walls, Vera then turns her eyes down to the
Yeah, so
buildings
the
around
Byzantine
them.
walls were 15 meters in height, so that seems reasonable.
I mean, okay,
Yeah.
those kind of walls were an extraction because they were so fucking overpowered. Because who built them, of course.
Yeah, these are Waterdeep's pretty fucking big, buddy.
Yeah.
No, that's because Constantinople.
It's like massive compared to literally anyone else.
It is definitely bigger than Constantinople.
Nah.
I think what you meant to say, Mark, is that it's not bigger than Istanbul.
Well, it is smaller than Istanbul is now.
Can I roll initiative against Kilo?
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
Uh,
And because I am Greek, I already have.
okay, so it is
genetics,
actually
so
about the size.
I
It is
get,
actually just about the exact size of
yes.
Constantinople in the 1400s.
Okay. Yes, but so looking up at those towering 50-foot tall walls,
Mhm.
Vera then turns her gaze down to the buildings around them to judge whether there's anything rivals the walls in height.
Not in the field ward, no.
Okay. So they're all basically shanties and shacks. It's like
Oh yeah,
Atmos, like-
yeah. Everything in the field ward is, yeah, definitely.
Are there any two-story structures though?
Oh yeah, no. Stuff is stacked like 2, 3, sometimes 4 stories high, especially against the walls.
Okay.
But it only goes up, maybe halfway up the wall.
Okay, but that would still then get up to it would be like 20 to 30
Yeah.
feet up. Okay.
Potentially get up there.
No.
Okay. Because it
Okay.
takes what? It takes like 2 hours to travel around to the South Gate, right?
I think you should just take the cliffs instead.
Yeah.
To the-
Oh,
Yeah.
They look
It's about
thirsty.
2 hours,
Well,
yeah.
let's give them something to drink. To the cliffs.
But
So it would take 20 minutes to face step my way into the into the city, then going over the wall.
Well,
And
you wouldn't be going over the wall. You'd be going onto the wall. And
Well,
then
yeah,
you'd be
but
getting
if we're up
arrested
there-
for being on top of the wall.
Yeah, I guess they're probably patrolling the shit out of
They
it right
probably
now, right?
are patrolling the wall, yeah.
Now, here's further question, though.
I would have thought that the fascist government would be doing patrols.
Well, even before the quote-unquote fascist government, the heroic government took over, by far the largest portion of the Waterdeep's military was the city guard rather than the city watch, and the city guard had 3-4 times as many people as the watch did, and they were entirely dedicated to patrolling the walls and the gates.
Just think how many more. Just think how much more that proportion is after we got done with the watch as well.
Yeah,
Now
I know, right? A lot of those, almost all, you wiped out like 2/3, 3/4 of the entire southern ward watch.
Yeah, such class.
We were doing our part.
So, looking at the wall.
Is that a reference to something?
Vera is having a thought. With
Oh
that
my.
thought in mind, she's going to exit the
2
carriage
dozen people are gonna die.
and go back into the Night's Rest, and what's his name? Older?
Mm-hmm.
And Older's still downstairs, right?
Yep.
She's gonna go downstairs to Older,
All right.
and she's gonna ask him, Older, what is the situation with the walls at around the troll yard? I mean, your people control the walls on the outside of the field ward, I would assume, right? You control the gatehouse, you control the walls,
Aye.
right?
Well, we control the outer one. We don't. Well,
Yeah, the outer
they don't
wall.
really patrol them, but they
Control them.
they control them, but they don't patrol them, and
Yeah.
the city guard does it. But the city guard does
And-
control and patrol the inside wall.
And how do the outer walls around the field ward? What is the juncture between them and the inner walls at the troll yard? What is that like?
Well, there's just that single juncture at the tower there.
But it is a tower. It has a door that can be accessed, right?
Yeah, they blocked it though. He says.
They blocked it. Do
Yeah.
you know how they blocked it? Or
I
Older-
assume they barricaded it or they filled it in with rubble, but he says he doesn't know specifically.
You don't know.
But at one point they did try to open it and they couldn't.
Bastards.
But
Humans.
but in theory,
But they don't
Um,
control like this, you know.
yeah. But that whole wall, the sea, facing the sea there, that's part of the area you control.
Yeah, that outside one right there. That doesn't do you much good in regards to getting the armory, because the armory's right there.
No, I mean I know that. I'm thinking more generally about chaos and distractions,
Burn the
and
walls
also
down.
about give. Did your people ever try to get in through that juncture?
Yeah, yeah, like you said a minute ago.
Yeah.
When you last asked, he said that
But in a
they tried to
concerted
open
way,
the
I mean,
door and
like-
it was blocked up.
Yeah, but you tried to open the door, but like, did you like make an effort to get in there, or did you just try it
Well,
and find it?
No, they're not gonna. He says that they're not gonna. They didn't want to start beef basically with the with the Lord Protector, you know, because
True.
that's not a winning fight, and that's not
Right.
you know it's not a fight worth losing just to open that door and be like, well, now we can, now we're still trapped here.
And the field ward doesn't really have any interest in being part of Waterdeep, right?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. So you're all content to be outside, and you're content to leave them inside.
Well, he can't speak for the entire field ward, he says. But for the most part, he says he can't speak for the entire field ward, obviously. But for the most part, people that lived here already lived here because, you know, they weren't welcome in Waterdeep proper.
Yes.
And that's sort of like redoubled. Well, because they were like, you know, trolls or like goblins or orcs or like.
Yeah. They were equal, but not quite as equal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Separate but equal.
It's just. I mean, they're equal, but it's just like there's not much place for you know, a troll to be walking the the high road. People are gonna be like, they're gonna have a grievance with that, you know.
Yeah,
especially given Waterdeep's unique history with trolls.
Yeah, they're like, I mean, clearly not doing anything wrong, but you don't really belong in this neighborhood, do you, man?
Yeah, exactly. Waterdeep especially has had a unique history with trolls, hence the Troll Yard and the Troll Gate and the Troll Wall.
Mm-hmm.
And Troll Kill Street, right there.
Troll Kill Street, awesome.
Yeah. Which, you know, I don't think I need to explain what that's named for. And then this right here is called Troll March. So
Troll Skull Alley.
The Troll Skull Alley. Damn, those human towns are so basic and cringe.
So yeah, there's the trolls are not popular.
Okay.
But like only like, you know, maybe 10% of Waterdeep was made up of like non-elves, humans, and dwarves. But like 50% of the field ward is made up of that.
Okay. Yeah, made of more exotic humanoids.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I like how Euros rolled pretty well, even without his absurd racial modifier.
It's not absurd. It's normal for a Greek like me to have such a base.
That's why I said the absurd racial modifier.
You are still bad, but because we won in Afghanistan and you didn't, now move on. Alrighty.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you're still butthurt because you lost in Afghanistan and we won.
Wasn't really Afghanistan.
Are you talking about like 2,000 years ago?
He is talking about 2,000 years ago.
Yeah. But still, we won, you lost.
Hey, buddy, a win the win, man! I don't know, it's no different than the Canadians being like, yeah, we burned down Washington, D.C. It's like, did ya?
Okay.
Okay. So what's the plan now? When is the KKK meeting?
Tomorrow.
I will thank Older for his thoughts, and I will exude the room again.
Dun 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 dun. All right.
So rejoining the others, Vera will express her thoughts that Vera thinks sense to lay low for a moment, to let Casey get more information, to a different view.
Whoa.
This one's easier to read.
Yeah. Hold on, let me.
To let Casey get more information, and to let Older make his sketch of the palace. And while they're doing that, for us to think about whether there's any way that we can find a surreptitious way inside the palace that maybe doesn't require us to kick the door down with 6 men who were somewhat violently removed from the guard.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, I like this. This is nice.
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 Noise.
They left their own
meeting.
accord.
KKK meeting.
The little one started to say nice. It's really funny. Nice. Super cute.
By the little one, you mean Greg, right?
Mm-hmm.
Noise.
Yeah, I've been taking him under my wing.
Yeah.
Teaching
Well,
him.
he is like 5'4".
Yeah.
Who is 5? Or did you say I'm 5'4"? I'm not 5'4".
There's no way you're smaller than I am. That seems like humanly impossible. How tall are you?
Like 5'11".
Oh, okay.
That's not true.
He's mammoth.
He's not. He's tiny.
Is he?
I am above average height boy.
According to the 1940 census.
In China in 1930?
China.
China.
All right.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's about 6
But
p.m.
Varys,
now.
yeah. Varys thought us that we'd just chill for a little bit. Do Alric or Harmony have thoughts on that, or they just do what they're told?
He's just kind of hanging out, interacting with these guys because he's just like, wow, these guys also like Ilmater. It's like the first time since he's gotten involved that he met somebody that like likes the same shit he does.
Like, let me tell you about Ilmater. And they're like, oh, our Lord and Savior? You're like, oh my god.
Yeah, they're all big.
Oh my
They're all
God.
big Elmater fans here.
They don't think that he's a fucking dragon, devourer of worlds.
The devourer
Would
of
you-
worlds.
Would you worship Corellon instead? He's much more based than Ilmater.
No.
You're saying that Ilmater is better than Corellon?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Cringe.
I've heard some good things about Bane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we
The
can't
god
assume
of
that every
renewal.
Bane. You know, when Bay Knights send their people, they're not sending their best. But some, I assume, are good people.
Uh-huh.
We saw that what happened with in Daggerford. Who would have thought that they were up to no good?
Poor Luke Sunbright.
Yeah.
He was a good man, Luke Sunbright. I met him many times in Daggerford.
Mm-hmm.
Dead now.
If only Varys and Harmony had some fortitude.
How many has good fortitude? What do you mean?
Didn't have enough fortitude to get us to fight the Bananites.
Correct.
Yeah, it's hard to push the blame away from yourself. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
All right. So what's the plan here, boyos?
I'm going to wait till tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Where?
Also, I have something I want to do. I want to see if I can find like a cooking book or a chef around here.
All right.
What do I need to roll for that?
Give me a history.
What do I have in history? Historia or +3? So I get an 8.
All right.
The last history book Harmony saw was a coloring book.
Believe in the concept of history, I think it's all a lie.
Yeah, that's
I mean, elves get so old so that they don't have a concept of history.
Mhm. History is just something that the dwarves put there to confuse you.
that is true.
I agree with that. Yeah, that's true.
Perhaps. So
So are you looking for like nearby or just in general?
nearby for now. A good chef, not just a cranes with
Well,
the
okay, so
fries.
you're in the field ward, which means that there's nothing nearby. That you
Okay,
know of.
shit, okay. At least I tried. Okay.
Yeah, and even if there was anything in the field ward, you're not entirely sure that it would be the kind of place that you would want to eat at.
Okay. That's all I need to know. Fucking humans.
But yeah, well, Harmonil's knowledge does not really extend into the field ward for good reason.
Duh.
Harmony, now you can just ask a Casey, right?
Does he know though?
I mean,
Yeah, you can
can't
run
know
inside
that.
and ask Casey real quick.
Okay. I can try that as well then if
I'm
he's
just saying, you can just admit a little bit of ignorance to the human, and he might help you.
Okay, I can
All right,
try
so
that.
you go in and you ask him, you know, the question, and he smiles at you and he said, "Wow, a little bit of ignorance is humanizing on you, Harmonil."
Humanizing.
Yeah, and he tells you that there's a couple restaurants with heavy finger quotes in the field ward, but he kind of grimaces and he says it's not the kind of place that even he'd want to eat at.
Okay, then they're not going to have info for me then.
Maybe stick to your numbers.
No, it's for something else. I doesn't want to buy Lemba, something like that.
Or
It's for
if
something
you want,
else.
we can go outside the city and try to hustle up a little bit of game. Maybe there's something in the woods near.
No, it's not for me. No, it's for something else.
Oh.
I'm sorry, what?
He's gonna put
Harmel?
stuff up his butt.
Harmel? Why are you
What?
being cagey? What is up, Harmel?
Why do you need to know that?
I mean, you're being awfully cagey. It's worrisome from someone who's got such a bloody streak. I want to know why you need a corpse.
Okay. The reason I want the safe is because little brother has been so terribly mutated by this fucking Demonomicon. I wanted to find him an Elvish chef or something so that he can make us something so that he can feel a bit more like home.
Ah,
Cute.
so you want to get him some nice home cooking.
Some Elvish home
Well,
cooking.
yeah, I was gonna say not home cooking. That's been the problem. It's been all home cooking, and they can't cook.
Harmon, can you cook?
Not really.
Yeah.
You think
Can,
Harmel can cook?
Can Javas cook?
No.
I mean,
How do you guys survive for this long?
Well, I mean, they can cook, but they can't cook like the fancy stuff. You know.
Yeah.
They can make their MRE rations, but
MRE rations.
Yeah, but when you say MRE rations, you mean like American MRE rations or Russian MRE rations?
well, the
Americans,
Russians
yeah.
don't get rations, so.
No. So he could probably make those then, actually.
Yeah.
An empty pot.
But yeah.
Alrighty.
Nothing in
Okay,
the field ward for that.
Yeah, okay. I will go to KKK meeting and then see what I can do with that later.
All right.
Hmm.
If only you hadn't gotten rid of that nice cookbook you had.
Was that Elvish cookbook though?
That's true, but it was signed by like one of the most famous chefs in all of Faerun.
Yeah, shit.
I'm gonna ask quietly. I'm gonna ask Casey if he has any bottles of
Okay, you're in the
wine.
carriage, so you'd have to go inside.
I'm gonna go. I go back inside then.
Okay.
I forgot
Alright.
what it was.
I'm just letting you know it's not going to be as discreet as your initial.
Hey, Casey.
Hey, Casey. Yeah. All right. So you sidle up, and he sidles up to you.
And I'm gonna ask him if he has any Elvish wine. And for preference, Evermeetian wine.
he laughs
I
at you.
have some of myself.
He's like he tells you that was a good one.
He's like, I thought you'd say that. But I was thinking to myself, I mean, this is the field war. There must be smugglers aplenty. And
I have a medium wine myself, by the way. I have it.
Is there anyone who might have a bottle of Elvish wine, or better yet, a bottle of Evermeetian wine? Maybe a thief.
He tells you that he can ask around, but there's not much of a market for that kind of stuff down here. Not a lot of rich high elves.
It's true. But I was just thinking, I mean, maybe people steal it, they try to resell it. You know, that
Well, usually they have better sense than trying to resell it to a bunch of fucking paupers with no taste.
Well, I figured they'd sell it to a smuggler who's going to then take it elsewhere. You know, that kind of thing. Like, just, you know, things change hands.
Well, there's smugglers, but they're all over in the docks for the most part.
Okay. Well,
again,
at any rate,
everybody here is pretty poor. He tells you. So there's not much.
Keep your ear to...
Like the lack of law enforcement is conducive to smuggling, but the lack of money isn't.
Well, Casey, if you let people know, I'm looking for one. If anyone happens to come upon one, I'd be in the market, as it were.
All right. He tells you that he'll keep his ears and his eyes out open.
Very good. Open ears.
Open ears and eyes.
Good. Okay. I'll give him some finger guns.
Nice.
And I'll scamper out.
Finger crossbows.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right,
Maybe
so-
So you know,
That was
I'm
actually
starting to
nice
like
from
this
Farable.
Casey guy. He seems like a real straight shooter.
That was nice from Vara, though. Not
Mhm.
happened that often, but she was nice.
Yeah, but you don't know about it, so
Unexpected.
you know.
Yeah,
you don't-
I don't know. I'm talking
I know,
about
I know.
outside of
I'm
the
just
game.
saying that you still think she's the old crotchety cunt that she is.
I mean, she robbed the widow of her life savings.
That's
Are you
true.
kidding me?
and she's about to go to like the poison shop and be like, listen, I need some elven poison.
And a
So-
survey.
Yeah, you know, we need the good stuff, and as we all know, elven stuff is the best.
Of course. Of course. The Human understood it.
All right, so you guys, where are you staying?
I don't know.
That's the question. You say you want to wait till tomorrow, but you don't got nowhere to stay, buddy boy.
Doesn't the bucket man have spare beds or something like that?
Not here,
Oh,
not
that's right.
anymore.
I mean, honestly, I'm gonna take this carriage that has our belongings in it and go outside the city and pitch camp out there.
Oh, we can do that as well.
I think the wilds are far safer than the field.
You're gonna
board for
park
all
in
of our
a
belongings.
Walmart parking lot.
Yeah, we're not parking here.
Do we have a gun for the Walmart parking?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could bootstrap the carriage with some crossbows, but I fear that Alric would forget about them in his old age and then trip over them in the night.
Yeah, he'd get.
Need
his
to
knee.
remind you, Lady Osmane, I am half your age.
Yeah,
Yeah,
need
is
I
that how
remind
that
you?
works?
that I live 6 times as long as you do.
Oh, the cruelties of this existence.
Ah, the linearity of time.
Sorry, old bean.
All right, so you leave. You take the carriage and them hosies. I assume the rest of the party is accompanying her.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
Sounds good to me.
Do before we go, I'm gonna ask if any of the Knights of Aloro would like to join us for an evening outside the city in fresh air that we can reminisce
Well,
about Ferris.
most
if
of
they
them
want.
are gone at this point,
Well,
but
I'll
the
talk
ones
to
that
them,
are
yeah.
there give you kind of like a bemused look and just shake their head.
okay. Well, as I'm leaving, then I'll flick a gold piece to them and tell them that. Well, at any rate, they can have a drink
So
to Varys.
you flick a gold coin at 4 people.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
beer is not
They all
that much,
scamper
right?
onto the ground and chase after. No. All right.
And I'll tell them to tell them that at any rate raise a glass to Varys on our behalf, and then I'll flick the coin.
All right.
to
So
them.
as you flick it, your hand
Raise a bucket.
pulses and throbs, and that the voice in your head whispers to you, "You are the sword of liberation."
Bit much.
I'm
Alright,
okay
so
with that.
You're gonna go outside the city. Roll survival to see how good of a camping site you guys.
Can we also roll on this?
Um,
on
You
this
want me to
barrel?
roll survival also, or
Whoever's
just
looking for a camping site should be rolling survival.
Alric,
I get like a +10 or something
I
Yeah,
retarded,
guess
don't I?
it's okay.
Alric, you lived in the woods for a good time. Why don't you try to
+7.
find a spot of camp?
Is that a euphemism?
It should be.
You lived in the
22.
woods.
Nice. That's the wrong spot though, dude.
Yeah, so it doesn't count. You need to re-roll.
Ugh.
I don't know why you're laughing. All right, so you got a 22. So you find a nice little nook with some trees and some shade, and,
Why did you roll a note, you fuck?
and a berry bush to camp. And who's taking first watch?
Alaric was gonna take first watch, but then he passes out.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'll take first watch.
Okay.
All right. Let's see.
So, what's the setting where we're camping exactly? Are there trees? Is it just
Yes, like I said a minute ago, there's a
Sorry, I
few,
was texting.
there's a small cluster of trees with some berry bushes that gives you some shelter and a little bit of food.
Ooh, what kind of berries?
Oh, blackberry.
Oh, blackberries.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, you can't tell. You don't have the the knowledge on the top of your head, but they're blue and they taste bitter.
Okay. I mean, it just I was thinking that maybe Alric had led us to gooseberries.
No.
Just because that seemed appropriate.
Gooseberries.
There you go.
I miss our geese.
There you go.
They're very good. They're very good for conversation.
Great conversation starters. Okay, so I'm gonna take my watch then.
All right.
Let everyone-
Euros wants me to tell you that the Heion is gonna sing a song.
Ooh.
But I'm not gonna tell you what the song is. But he sings a song, and hold on, let's see.
Far over
It's not very good at all.
the Salt Coast Mountain song. We've done
over the Sword Coast Mountain. Yeah, no. So the song is not very
Is that
good
from
at
The
all.
Hobbit again?
But yeah. So you all sleep through the night with no disturbances aside from the singing.
I mean, he sings like, the scene in the Fellowship where Aragorn sings like about the 6th Lay of Lathian.
Mm-hmm.
He sings basically like that.
Very poorly.
When Aragorn sings.
What happened to her? She died.
Alright, so you guys, you're awakened about 5 a.m. It's a lovely morning.
Alrighty. KKK, KKK.
Yeah, now you'll need to eat. So
How many of us are there? Out there?
Huh?
How many of us are there?
Well, there's you, there's Tiabos, there's Vaheon,
Okay.
there's Alaric, and there's
And
Harmonel.
Saddam Hussein.
Okay, so both brothers as well. Okay, and a ration is for a full day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna, when everyone wakes up, I'll have like set up a bit of a breakfast for everyone. I'll take it out of my rations. So so everyone wakes up to breakfast.
Very nice. Some fresh mac and cheese MRE.
Eggs.
Yeah.
Some goose eggs.
God, you don't have America's cousin culture, which is basically the cousin culture of a 5-year-old. Come on, we're better than this.
Now, you don't have geese eggs yet. You goober.
No. They're also it's from rations. It's like hardtack.
It's like moldy, rotten goose eggs.
It's not moldy. They're fresh rations, and I've presented them nicely, and I've also put a nice little bundle or a bunch of the fresh berries on everyone's plate, so everyone has a little bit of something fresh to go to the rations. I made it nice. I had all damn night to do this. Okay.
That's true. That's true. You did. You only needed to sleep 4 hours. Fucking Alaric ruining everything.
Seriously.
Sorry, man.
You'd be twice as efficient with your time, without him.
Yeah. So everyone wakes up though to nice breakfast out of my rations.
And then 4 hours later, Alaric wakes up.
Oh, that human.
So, well, are you breakfasting when Alaric wakes up, or are you breakfasting when the entire rest
we
of the
would
party
have finished already. We would have finished by now.
We'll breakfast when everyone wakes up, and then we'll save some for Alaric.
Okay, all right.
Because that makes way more sense.
Yeah, because all right, cool.
I mean, it's not like your parents don't wait for you to wake up at noon to have breakfast with you, right?
Well, they don't. We don't. Nobody eats breakfast together. That's weird.
Yeah,
because
you wake up at noon.
It's not Ferris Bueller.
How would you even know? Okay, you're never awake at breakfast time.
Yeah. Sometimes I haven't gone to bed yet.
Maybe your whole family has like really, really nice breakfast together every morning, and you miss out every day.
Wow. It's really fucked up to think about.
Oh my god! I'm gonna have to take a moment now.
All right, so it's 5 a.m. on the 15th. At some point today is the Yieldy Elf meeting.
Yes. Give me a sec. Go take a piss.
So, what are you gonna do? It's 5 a.m.
Well, we're gonna wait for Alric's old ass, right?
Well, that's when he wakes up too.
Oh, he wakes up then too. Okay.
You guys went to bed at like 7 p.m.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hmm.
Now, if I don't even eat breakfast.
I think you can't eat breakfast.
That's true.
Well, I guess you can. You always have to break it fast. I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna put it out there and say this is Harmonil's day.
Day de la Harmonil.
He can set the agenda.
So, who died when I was away for 1 minute?
You did actually.
Oh, damn! You got to roll a new character.
While you were dead, I seduced Tiavos, and we decided.
Tiavos is grieving from the loss of his lover/brother.
Yeah, but that's how I seduced him.
Okay, yeah. You bonded over that. Nice.
Yeah,
but yeah,
and
so
we decided to make
it's
him
5
our
a.m.
butler.
on the 15th, the day of your daughter's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know exactly when the Ein Beer stuff is, though.
Wait, did you not get a time, Harmonil?
What?
Did you not get a time for your?
Well, it was like
Rachel's
2 months
agreement?
ago that he even heard about it, and then he never showed up.
Yeah, because we were busy doing other stuff at the meantime.
But
Yeah,
did you not
busy.
ask when you were there the other day? I mean, you were there. You talked to them. Did you not ask them when their meetings are?
No, he didn't. And no, he
they
wasn't.
were late. They were evening, I think, what you told me.
He talked to just some random guy at the temple the other day.
Okay.
He was the head priest of the Seldarin.
Okay, so probably also the head head moon dragon or whatever they're called.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was. I think it was in the evening what he had said. So.
So do you want to go early to find out when they start, or do you want to just?
It would be best if I went early. So.
See that information last time? Exactly when they start.
I think he had told us when it was. I mean, he gave me the address and all that stuff. So I think it would say that on the paper when.
He didn't give you a paper. He knows you can't read.
I remember he gave me a paper with an address. I know that.
Yeah, but it didn't have the date or the time on it. It was just the address.
He just said every 15 days, right? Is
Yep.
what he said?
Every 15
Seems
days.
like an event, like a 4, 5, 6 in the evening kind of thing, but it's probably worth checking.
Yeah, I will check that.
I feel like it wouldn't be like a 6 in the evening thing.
I mean, I think it depends on how militantly racist they are. I think the less violent their racism is, the earlier in the day it might be. I don't know why, but I feel like time of meeting is directly correlated to violence.
Well, yeah, because it's like, well, I don't know. See, because it's like we're racist, but like we got other stuff to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not gonna make a whole day of it. You know?
Yeah, we need to go to work first before we start being racist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, well, you got to be racist, and then you go to work and you get your stuff done. You know, whereas if it's at like 2 p.m., it's like, well, you're making a whole day of the racism.
Yeah.
All right, so you do have the address.
Yeah.
If you want to go there.
I will go and check for now. Like.
All right. So. Yeah. So it's not on this map. It's a little bit further outside of town.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but at the directions get you right where you need to be, and it's an old plantation house outside of Waterdeep. It's got a
of course it is.
Yeah, it's a multi-winged white stone structure.
Of course,
white.
Yep, with multiple acres of relatively unused farmland around it. There's a waist-high cobblestone wall surrounding the property with a small guest house and servants' quarters on the perimeter of the grounds. And you can see there's about a half dozen human servants tending to the grounds.
Okay, so I will ask one of the servants if he has seen have seen any elves nearby. An elf named Eden. They have seen him nearby.
Oh yes, sir. That's the master's house.
Oh God.
That's the what?
Yes, sir. That's the master's house.
Is he here?
Yes, sir. Master Lane's inside, but I think he's still sleeping.
What the fuck is that accent, mate? Okay, so we'll wait then.
That's a slave accent.
Oh god damn it!
I thought you'd be pleased, Euros.
What?
I thought you'd be pleased.
I mean, I think that well established that slavery is a pathetic excuse.
Yeah, but they're the elves are owning people, you know,
Why would you own a human when you can own something better? I mean, what the fuck?
like a dog.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've established well enough that slavery for Harmony is a red line.
Well, they're not real slaves.
If they're getting paid, they are servants and not
Maybe.
slaves.
Yeah, slavery
So-
is illegal.
Yeah, so it's okay. So then I will wait until the meeting begins.
You gonna ask him when it is, or you just gonna wait?
I mean, if he's sleeping, I mean, he will probably come out at some point.
Okay, so you just you loiter around the grounds.
Yeah.
Around about 2 p.m.
Yeah.
A bunch of let's see. About five white carriages roll up to
Nice.
the entrance and deposit about a half dozen people who then proceed to go inside.
What
of
are these
the-
people? Elves or what?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so then I will join them.
Okay. So the entrance to the plantation house is it's a set of like super finely carved double doors with golden dragon head door knockers. But
Good stuff.
right now the doors are being held open by two high elves in servant uniforms.
Oh,
And they
excellent.
both are peering down their nose at you through tiny round spectacles. And they've got wispy mustaches.
What kind of elves have mustaches? What the fuck are you doing?
Yep.
What the fuck? How many Kirdans do we have here?
How many what?
How many Kirdans are we here that they have facial hair?
Nobody knows what that means. The one of the servant on the right says, Master Lane awaits you in the sitting room. Please follow me.
Master who?
Master Lane!
Write that down.
Eden Lane.
This is-
Okay, Eden.
I was
Okay,
about to say.
thank you. Alrighty then.
God. Alright, so you follow the Das Bootler into a large open foyer lined with marble busts of various elves. There's a lush carpet that muffles your feet as you follow him through the foyer, down a hallway, and into a sitting room. And the other elves that you saw a minute ago are already sitting in there. And the sitting room is it's big enough to seat like about a little over a dozen people. There's leather
Excellent.
chairs and sofas all around the room, and each chair and sofa is accompanied by a matching coffee table. There's a large crystal chandelier up on the hanging from the ceiling, and there's a tray of alcohol on a cart by the door. And as you enter, the servant shuts the door with a muffled thud. And while there's enough room for like about, for a little over a dozen people, there's only 6 people in the room.
Okay.
And the only one you know is the tall blonde elf with short hair, sitting on a leather recliner, which is Eden
Who's he?
Lane. And then clockwise around the room, there are 5 other elves. There's a tall, severe-looking elf with black hair pulled up into a ponytail. There's a balding and goateed, golden-haired elf in a city guard Valabar uniform.
In the city guard of what?
City guard Valabar uniform. Those are the Valabar, motherfucker. They are the people who escort the magisters around the city whenever they need to move around the city. They get an honor guard, so it's a very prestigious rank.
Oh, excellent.
There's an old woman with very white hair tied up in a bun. There's a very, very, very fat elf with almost as many rings as he has chins.
How can an elf be fat?
The same way anybody else can. And then there's a young-looking elf male with short brown hair and a very expensive, stylish-looking cloak. And then when you enter the room, Eden Lane stands up and he says, "Ah, Harmonil of House Finderwell, how good of you to join us."
Oh, that accent's terrible.
Oh yeah.
The others, everybody else.
I'm just responding to his greeting.
I know, but he's not done. He's not done.
Yeah.
So you're interrupting him.
You see, I can't no means.
Yeah. Everybody else in the room raises their glass at you in recognition, and Eden waves at a seat, and he says, "We were just discussing the implications that the Field Ward has on the shrinking High Elven demographic here in Waterdeep." And then the the fat guy takes a big old gulp of wine, and then he chortles and says, "The Field Ward is a truly reprehensible place. It should never have been built."
Wait. Merlin, because I've missed a few episodes. What exactly has happened here in Waterdeep? It's only just returned, and I've missed a few episodes.
Someone, a few what?
I don't know how you would say that in English. It's just in Greek. It's in Greek when you say that you have missed a few things. You say you've missed a few episodes.
Yeah, because it's a reference to television shows, which are not a thing. Hence his confusion. Elves understand idioms, but the idioms have to make sense.
I've missed a few chapters. Let's put it that way. What's happening in Waterdeep exactly?
The severe-looking woman with the high bun says, "Been out of town for a while?"
Indeed.
"Where did your travels take you?"
To the south.
Not many elves down there.
What?
Not many elves down there.
Just 3.
I don't understand. Yes, well, you've certainly missed quite a bit.
Could you elaborate on that?
The old woman says, "Well, when were you last in town, dearie?"
Outside of the game, when did we leave for Daggerford?
Like 3 months ago.
Whenever that was, yeah. I mean, I don't remember. Outside of game, I'm asking you that I don't remember exactly when that was.
So you say 3 months ago?
Okay. So
that's
almost 2 months ago.
What?
It was only like 2 months ago.
Oh.
Okay, so let's say it that way. Okay.
Stop fiddling with stuff.
No.
Yeah. Eden smirks and he says, "You left right before shit hit the fan." That's an idiom.
Really? Not sure I get that reference.
Well, fans are these circular devices turned by motors.
Yeah. So what happened exactly then?
There was a coup.
A coup?
You really haven't heard?
I've heard a few things about the change of government.
Yes, we call that a coup when it's done undemocratically.
Yeah. And so, and now who's in charge?
That would be the Lord Protector.
The Lord Protector.
Yep.
Awkward silence.
Yeah. And
Harmonil is not is a notoriously poor conversationalist.
yeah. So, and who is this Lord Protector? How does he treat Elvenkind?
Well, he used to be a major in the Southern Ward barracks before he was promoted by the magistrates, supposedly.
Oh, a magistrate, a major in what unit?
The Southern Ward barracks.
Oh, shit. Okay, Greg has just got rid. Keanu. Keanu is dead,
Keanu is captain.
and he's dead.
Major is above captain.
Yeah. So
Was the quick out of character question?
Mhm.
Was the white haired guy that we fought? Was that guy a major?
No,
Hide
he
the
was a
Pain
lieutenant.
Harold.
He was a lieutenant.
Hide the Pain
Is that
Harold.
and that's below a major?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Lieutenant is below major.
No. So it goes major, captain, lieutenant, sergeant, watchman.
Okay.
So the major would be the highest ranked person in the district.
Yeah. I don't know if he hasn't really been that kind to Elvenkind because
Say that again.
I mean, I say that like to it, and the last time I visited the Temple of Seldarin a few days ago, it was surprisingly empty. It wasn't thriving like it used to be.
Yeah. So the fat man
The fat man is he a nuke or what?
says, what?
Is he a nuke, fat man?
Is he a new fat man?
Nuke, fat man.
Oh, no. Yeah, exactly, Greg. It's all connected. It's all connected. And yeah, so the fat man, he chortles again, and he says, yeah, the Lord Protector has not been good for business. You can say that again. The Lord Protector has not been good for business.
What kind of business?
Well, I'm a restaurateur. I'm sure you know of me.
You're a what?
A restaurateur.
Oh, so you're a
I
chef.
own the Mermaid on a Dolphin in the docks.
Oh, good, interesting.
That's right, finest restaurant in all of Waterdeep.
I will keep that in mind, and I will make sure to pay you a visit, Melon.
Yeah, we serve elven food.
It's wonderful. That's wonderful.
It is. You've been there.
Yeah.
I haven't visited that restaurant, but I know how good elven food is from Evermeet.
Well, when you go there, mention my name. It'll give you a special treat.
What? I didn't hear what you said.
He said to mention his name when you go there, and they'll give you a special treat.
Ah, excellent.
His name? Do you want to know his name?
Yeah, I mean, you got his name. Lucius Morn.
Luthius Morn.
Lucius on Moelvis.
Luthius. Yeah, not everything is going to sound like your traditional Elvish name. But don't worry,
Okay.
they're all picked from the Elven name list in the back of Xanathar's, so...
Okay, whatever. Okay, move on.
Yep. So, the severe-looking woman with the black hair looks back at you, and she says, "So, what do you think of the Field Ward, Harmonil?"
How would you say it? It's not appealing. to put it lightly.
Yes. Well, if the Lord Protector levels it like it looks like he's going to do, then the whole thing would certainly turn out to be all for the best.
Perhaps if it could be, I don't know what it's called in English. Wait, I need to find it. I need to see what I think it's called in English. Give me a sec.
English schminglish.
It's not fair. I'm the only non-native speaker. Come on. Okay, if it would be, if it would have a proper rhymotomy.
Say what?
Okay, it doesn't translate it well. Wait, it doesn't translate well. That's what. Wait.
Translate it to Elvish, and then from Elvish to English.
Rheotomy.
A rheotomy.
It doesn't translate it well. It's like the city planning, town planning, street plan,
Oh.
something like that. I don't know what it's called exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. The the guy, the bald elf with the blonde goatee says,
Bald elf or blonde elf?
bald elf with a blonde
What the fuck up,
goatee.
bald elf? You're ruining my immersion, you fuck.
He says,
I said as soon as they started killing gods there, we should have put them all to the sword.
What?
as soon as they started killing guards there, we should have put them all to the sword.
Lord Protector, his crew or what?
What?
Which sword?
Put who to the sword?
Everybody in the field ward, just in general.
Which sword?
Wait, why would you bother for the field world? I mean, it's so worthless, it's not worth our attention. Worth anyone's attention.
Here's the thing you'll
learn about lesser creatures, Harmonel. When you work in the business as long as me, you'll learn that these things need to be put in their place like a dog. You wouldn't let a dog run amok just because it was lesser than you. You'd kick
But
it.
if you
Put
don't
the
give the
mud in
dog
its
attention,
place.
he's not going to bother.
When a dog pisses on the floor, what do? You rub its face in it.
That's not correct.
yeah. Well, this you think this guy would you think this guy'd be wrong about like about being about that, but then he's like suddenly really but he does know a lot about like raising dogs. No,
Like, sorry, Luthien, but that's not correct. That's
this
not how
isn't
you raise a
Luthien.
dog.
This is Feanor Cadell, the
Oh,
Valadar.
fair, no? Is this fair, no?
Mm-hmm.
How
No.
the fuck is Feanor a bald guy now? He had such
It
beautiful
was one
hair.
of the names.
Feanor?
I called him that just to annoy you. But that's that's been 30 sessions in the waiting.
Feanor, okay? It's
Yeah,
like the
he's-
Feanor from
yeah.
Walmart.
He's a bit of a
Feanor.
dick. He's a bit of a dick, Narf.
Feanor was a giga chat, come on.
No, well, this guy's a bit of a dick.
To
Yeah,
be
I mean,
fair,
this guy is like the Walmart branded Feanor.
Feanor was also a bit of a dick, to be fair.
I mean, he did nothing wrong outside how he treated him golfing. That's what I think he did wrong.
Just slaughtering the
I mean, his only wrong deed was the burning of the ships. That's the only wrong thing.
Yeah, the burning of the ships. No. It was the acquisition of the ships. That was the real problem, dude.
No, the problem was that he burned them when
He
Maya was
burned the
talking not
Spanish
to.
fleet.
Oh.
Hey man, sometimes you gotta burn a fleet to build a few bridges. Am I right?
No.
That
Look,
is true. Just like Alexander.
For you all who aren't reading the Silmarillion, Mark's position is that the slaughter of the shipwrights was not the problem. The problem was burning the boats after he was done with them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean,
'cause-
honestly, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, because then you,
I mean,
then you,
the
I mean,
Teleri
then you're
started
just,
it.
then you're being genocidal and wasteful.
Uh-huh.
Say what you will about Hitler, he didn't waste those people. He put them to work.
So, Feanor.
You can listen. You can hate on Hitler for a lot of stuff. But the man got good. He was very efficient.
He brought us the bill.
So
So, Feanor. If you don't give attention to the dog won't give you fuck for you as well. You can just leave him in peace.
don't give attention to the dog or what?
Just, I mean, if you don't give attention to a dog or like something like these things, these people they need attention. If they don't get attention, they will simply die off on their own. What's the point?
Curiosity, Car. Do any of these people actually have pets?
Yeah, of course they don't have fucking. Well, they had those human slaves out there.
Okay.
Those are pets to me.
But they
No,
don't have pets.
Harmino can make an insight check, but I'll tell him right now, none of these people look like pet people.
Or maybe if they are, they're cat people.
Yeah.
I got a 6, I guess, though. I don't know.
I don't believe in cat people.
Yeah.
I like that you just instinctively agree with that, Car, even though you're a cat person.
I mean,
What did I agree with?
That they're cat people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
No,
that's what I'm saying.
I mean like they're tabaxi. They're cat people.
Tabaxi,
No,
Tabaxi
you
don't
knew
exist.
exactly what I meant. You knew
Tabaxi
exactly
shouldn't
what I
exist. They're basically bullshit.
See,
It shouldn't
now
exist.
that the entire group agrees with you unanimously on that.
Tabaxi shouldn't exist.
Yeah, the tabaxi shouldn't exist. They're like, yeah. Yeah, he's
Also,
right.
like,
He's right. He's right
also,
about
like-
that one.
I mean, outside of the game, I mean, Tabaxi, Dragon Ball, Turtle Street Race. I mean, that's the point of them. It's just annoying as fuck and ruin you the immersion. Or they're like these Warfords and Leonin.
Yours is having another stroke.
And so I said to Fiona, so you approve of
You know,
the
it's
Lord
gonna be funny. You're
Protector?
gonna be in like in a retirement home, and you're gonna be talking in Elvish and shit, and everybody's gonna be thinking you have like fucking dementia. Well, you are gonna have dementia, but they're gonna be thinking that you're talking in gibberish. But like it's well, I mean it is gibberish. But
Wait till I become president, and then I will mandate Elvish lessons in schools.
Oi, good boy.
So, but you approve of the Lord Protector suppression of magic. This magic is an Elvish invention. So you approve him of purging our craft, what our blood and our kin have accomplished. Do you approve of that?
The younger looking guy, he smirks and he says, "The Lord Protector knows better than to bother us."
That's fair. Good for him. Good for him.
Good for him. I'm coming around on this Lord Protector guy.
And how the fuck is going to level the field while he's going to break tanks or what?
Well, it's just a rumor at this point, but what with the current standoff and the field ward harboring criminals, it's surely just a matter of time before he storms in and puts it to the sword once and for all. He'd be a weak ruler not to.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, okay. Harmonil is just furiously taking notes. He's like, weak ruler, if not put to sword.
Yeah. No, I'm just considering their points. Also, fuck Yokai again for using Fëanor as a name. This is a Walmart brand of Fëanor.
Stop, like, clicking that pen. Or whatever that is.
Nah.
Please.
No, rename that character and remove that holy name away from him. I mean, you know that Gandalf was a big Fëanor fanboy. It's mentioned in the books that he was the biggest fanboy of Fëanor.
Gandalf? Who's that?
Fanboy.
Gandalf was a Fëanor fanboy.
Who's Gandalf?
Gandalf the Grey. Mithrandir.
Is he
Gandalf the gay?
the guy with the one ring?
No, that's Sauron.
Oh.
Stop baiting me.
No, he's the guy with the white robe with the beard with that Isengard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The hand thing.
Yeah, with the
They're taking the elves to Isengard.
Yeah.
They're taking
Yeah.
the hobbits to Leningrad.
And he was burned on a pyre with his son, right?
Yep, that's it.
That's right. There we go.
These are too many names for me to keep track of.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Fëanor.
Yeah,
Good.
Yeah.
you're lucky the whole membership isn't there, you know?
Mhm.
I mean,
Alright, so you guys continue your conversation for another few hours.
yeah, and ask him more stuff about like the political current shit and whatever, and if I could find a cleric around here somewhere.
Yeah, they none of them
I mean,
they
Eden is a
all
cleric.
act kind of just they're all just like they're all just like, well, just go out of town and get a cleric. That's what we do.
What?
They're all just like, yeah, go out of town and get a cleric. That's what we do.
And where do you go out of town?
Yeah, Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter, you know.
Yeah, out
You
of
can pay,
town,
you
yeah.
can pay to bring one here, you know.
Okay.
You know, aren't you wealthy?
Not really.
Oh.
Man is a human concept, and I don't care about it.
Oh.
Okay.
What's this about not wanting money? I don't.
Yeah, I don't get that. All right, so yeah, after a couple hours though, hold on, sorry.
So,
Yeah, after a couple hours, after like 2 hours, a servant comes in and leaves some food on a cart.
Wait. Also, I would ask them. I mean, if they have heard of a high elf called Evander.
Nope, not a one of them. Actually, no, that's not true. The Feanor says that he the name sounds vaguely familiar, but he was like low ranking or something at one point.
Yeah. He was a good accomplice of mine. I've wondered if I've heard his whereabouts. Haven't seen him in a long while.
Yeah, Feanor shrugs, but he tells you that he can ask around for you.
Hanonle melon, if you can ask around.
Say that again?
Hanonle melon.
In English, though?
Thank you, friend, if you will ask around.
Oh, okay. Yeah, alright. I just need
But
to know.
you see, I'm that Elvish. How the fuck can you DM without knowing Elvish?
English.
English, motherfucker. Do you speak it?
Elvish. Sindarin. Huugaun. Okay.
Alright, so then after the food is left, you know, there's another couple hours, and then Eden stands up and he claps his hands and he says, "Well, that's all for this week, or for this time. Remember, same time in 2 weeks, lads. Hip hip."
Hooray!
Hey. Hey.
And a servant opens the double doors to the sitting room, and everybody starts standing up to leave, and the big fat guy quickly shoves the rest of his food into his mouth and finishes off his cup of wine.
Okay. So now.
Love to see it.
So and I will now return to the party.
All right. And have you guys just been waiting out in the carriage this whole time?
Yeah, I mean, not too interested in the whole
we're not
Alvin supremacist thing.
No.
I'm frankly a little offended. You know, it doesn't have anything to do with Ilmater, so I'm just like, whatever.
Alaric is offended both about like the whole idea of the racist meeting, but then also like somehow that he wasn't invited.
You got it, spot on. Spot on.
It's like, you know, I didn't want to go. I wouldn't have gone, but I wanted to be invited.
Well,
yeah, I would have appreciated being thought of.
Yeah.
I could have been invited, right? Or are they even that racist?
You weren't invited, but they might have let you in.
Okay. Because, I mean, I didn't want to go, but I wonder, would they have let me come, not being a high elf and all?
Well, you are technically like
You're
technically
like a higher elf.
Yeah, you are technically a higher elf. High elves are descended from the Eladrin. So
I mean, the Eladrin is
like
a general term for all the elves.
Yeah, but these yeah, sorry, you're right. The Fey Eladrin, they're descended from the Fey Eladrin, which is what she is. You're just regular Eladrin.
Oh, okay. So Harmonil's racism towards me is just him being jealous that I'm better than him.
Basically, yeah. It would be like if a mulatto was racist against Octoroons and, you know.
I mean, Fey Eladrin isn't better than any regular Eladrin.
Well, I mean, you'd have to say that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
your entire existence is predicated upon, like, the you know, the supposition that they're not.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That's why we are called high and you are called Fey. We are higher than you.
That's not why you're called. It's because you're higher than the other ones. Not that you're the highest. Otherwise you'd be called the highest elves.
You don't need to be called the highest because there's nothing higher above us.
I mean, technically
there is Corellon and Varda.
Technically, Jesus is higher than me.
That of course. I mean, Jesus is the most based guy out there. Jesus was so based. So.
All right, so it's about 7 p.m. when Harmonel finally
return to the
comes
party.
out of the plantation house and returns to his carriage.
Yeah.
He looks happier than he's ever been. He's got a point of inspiration.
Yeah, good stuff.
Or is he happy to see you?
So
I
I will let them know that I found out that most likely this Lord Protector was a mayor in the southern
Major,
ward barrack.
a major,
A major.
not a
I'm sorry,
mayor.
Ein Major.
I'm sorry, Harmonel. Can you adjust your tunic? Your inspiration is very distracting.
Yeah, it's your inspiration is
Also, wie ich
bulging.
gesagt habe,
It's silhouetted.
Dieser
Ja,
Herr
bulgy
Schütze
inspiration.
war früher mal ein Major im südlichen,
Damn
der
it,
südlichen
son of a
Baracke.
bitch! Hey, whenever somebody calls him out on anything, he just starts speaking in Elvish.
Das war German, das war Deutsch, du Pfeife.
Deutsch, Weiter.
No, what as I was saying, he was a major in the southern ward barracks. And he apparently probably plans to level the field ward in the near future.
That was just
It's
just
a rumor.
Yeah.
But some of the elves there seemed pretty convinced that he would pull it off one day or the other. And what else did I learn? Oh yeah, Akar takes inspiration from the Rings of Power look of elves. That's why they're all so horrible with not their bald and short hairs.
Yeah, that's why they're all black. Well, that's why only one of them was black. And the other
So
was black.
they're like 30% of the population, but commit 50% of homicides. Is that what you want to say, or what?
What? Jesus. Anyway, you're just mad that they're all, you know, they don't all look just like you.
Yeah, because they're not from Evermeet. They're not holy elves. They're not high elves. I mean, if you should be a high elf if you've been in Evermeet. Just like you're a high elf in.
I love that eventually
Once again,
the
you
races,
are also not Nevermeet.
I like that the races just eventually eat themselves. You know. Like eventually they're gonna kill everybody else, and then the elves are gonna be like, "Well, I'm more elvish than you are, buddy," you know. And then it continues.
Yeah. So, what do you? Okay, the elves are pretty indifferent to him because he's not being bothered with Seldarin and all that stuff. So.
Yeah, he's leaving them be, and he's attacking, and he's hurting the right people, so to speak.
Mm.
So what are our next moves now then?
Well, so
attack the southern ward barracks again.
Sorry, I spaced out for a second there. So, but did they tell you whether or not there's any connections between Evermeet and Waterdeep right now?
What?
Are there any connections between Waterdeep and Evermeet?
Not really.
Not really. He told you not really, or not really. You don't know, and you're guessing.
Not really. Evermeet isn't really open to foreigners in the South Coast.
So you didn't ask him.
I know that well, man. Yeah, I didn't ask him, but I know that well, man. I didn't ask that, but I don't care.
So you didn't find out any information relevant to our potentially fatal attempt at a coup that
that was to be expected.
I mean,
maybe you should have gone along with him then.
I mean, I don't want to talk to a racist.
Yeah, well, the one thing that you did learn is that there's portals between Evermeet and the Temple of Seldarin.
So you don't need to kill this demon to go home, ever.
It's not simple as you stop in the portal. The portal doesn't simply work like that.
That's true.
It's not like
that is presuming that it's just like a portal that just automatically connects. Yeah, it could need opening. It could need a key.
Oh, okay. So you need to like dial 9 to reach Evermeet or something.
Yeah,
like that?
you need like a modem or something like that.
Well, it just depends on how it's set up. But yeah, it's not always just as easy as stepping through the portal and you're on the other side. It might be, but it also might not be. He didn't,
And if a portal goes wrong, it goes really wrong, and you can end up in the middle of nowhere. So in completely
Or
different
on
plane,
another plane.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to say. And yeah, and pretty much I think like FMB doesn't really care about him, also because he's left them at peace. And I'm pretty sure if we fucking leave the elves alone, like my kinsmen, and it would be wise to do that, no one's going to fucking care about that.
So you don't think that we should burn down the Templar of Seldrain before we attack the palace?
That's a good idea.
I mean, we're not burning that. Otherwise, they're going
the
to.
plan before the
Otherwise, they're
palace
going.
attack.
I mean, you can burn it, but then
Eat
I
it.
will send. I will gift you personally a one-way ticket to Mandos. So
What did he say we should do before the palace attack?
Burn down this Temple of Seldrin.
And I said that she would get that I would gift her a one-way ticket to Mandos if she does that. So,
You know, burning down the temple sounds like a good idea.
okay,
Yeah.
roll initiative.
Hey, I say that. I say that. Roll initiative.
It's my line.
It's the only
so
thing
now-
I get to say.
So what do we do next?
It's a good question.
I must say, Harmon, I find it.
Just for the record, your carriage is still sitting right outside of the
I find
plantation.
it disappointing yet expected that you failed to get an ounce of information relevant to our current cause.
I got you enough info. Are you kidding me?
You got info on racist elves and their view on race relations. I
And
don't
who
see
the
how that
fuck
has
this
to
Lord
breach-
Protector is? Isn't that good info?
That's true. He did find that out.
Does that help us in any way?
Context?
Yeah,
is
we know that he's not an elf, therefore, if it's not a higher from Evermade, that means that no one's going to care about it.
Okay, so what you learned is that a human is the Lord Protector. You know
Most
that
likely.
that was
Well-
most likely the case anyway.
And that he wants to level, and he will probably attack the field over the next couple of days to level it.
Well, that's not what you heard.
He will attack what?
He will try to level the field ward.
Yeah, but not in the next few days. That's not what they said.
That's not. Yeah, that's not remotely what he said.
I also
Yeah,
didn't hear
sooner
again.
or later, let's put it that way. So,
He
Wh-
said
what-
at some. He said, yeah. I mean, they said that he'd be stupid not to do it at some point, but they didn't
Yeah.
put any sort of timetable on it. But you
What-
can
what'd you
present it
say
that way to Bear
happened?
if you want. I just want to make sure that you understand.
Would you say he's attacking?
what I
The
learned
field
is
ward.
that
The field
will-
war. Okay.
sooner or later he'll try to level it
The
because
free ward.
apparently
Yeah,
the field
free
ward is
ward.
full of criminals and all that stuff. So
Allegedly,
allegedly, yes. Or perhaps moderate rebels.
criminals including, Harmonel, Cinderwell,
Madras Esquire, you mean?
yeah, and Midas Esquire, and
So, question there, real quick. The major in the southern barracks. Is this the bearded bald fellow we
No.
left in the burning building?
Nope.
No, that's not High Defend Harold. That was a lieutenant. I mean,
nope.
Greg
that
Gassett
guy was
already.
a lieutenant. The
pay
majors,
attention, Nate.
majors work out of the palace. They don't work in the barracks themselves. The highest ranking person
They
at
don't
the barracks
actually work
itself
the job.
is the captain, which would be Devola.
Okay, so what you're saying is the majors don't actually work a job.
Well, exactly, yes, yeah. and any job that they might
Like a
allegedly
union
work.
thing. You reach high enough, you don't have to really show up. You're just
China.
kind of.
Well, you
China,
show up, but
China,
you show up at the
China,
palace
China,
instead. You
China,
have a different
China.
sort of job.
They're pogues. That's all there is to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Pope of the Southern District.
No, pogue with a G.
China, 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 China.
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 Okay, so
China.
now,
China.
was geht's unser Plan, Nate?
All right. So, so you guys are currently outside of the town.
Cool.
It's 7 p.m. on the 15th. You have 5 days left before you got to pay the Smiths.
And when is the black guy coming back with his plans and whatever that is?
They'll be done on the 21st.
Well, we actually didn't pay the Smiths when we went there.
I totally paid the Smiths.
Yeah, he paid them.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, did
We
he?
didn't.
Yeah, 'cause-
pull
I don't know why.
Mason.
I'm pretty sure the two things we went was we talked to what's her name, and she was like
Oh yeah.
the Duchess, and she was like, "Oh, if you did that, I wouldn't be against it, but also we never had this conversation, and I deny it, bro." Yo, if you told anyone about this, I'll deny it, bro.
Bro.
Yeah, so we've paid the Smith, so now what's the next plan?
Okay, yeah, you did pay the Smiths. Sorry.
Yeah, of course I did. We didn't pay the Masons, but that's because they're still working.
So
The Masons are still working.
what
Yeah.
what are we
Thank
doing
you.
now? We need to fight something. Oh yeah, we want to fight something.
I want to fight something.
I mean, I guess we are there sewers in the field ward at all?
So make a history check.
Okay.
Can I also make one?
Well, no, because that Yavera is the one that's wondering about this.
Okay, I got
What
a
is he
5
doing?
anyway.
What is he doing a history check on?
Whether or not there are sewers.
Yeah, so you the extent of your sewers knowledge is what you learned from the map that Casey gave you that one time.
Well, didn't he also, like, last time we talked about it, not remember that we've previously been in the sewers? He's like, "There's
That is
sewers?" And it's
true.
like, yeah, you've
That
been
is
in
true.
them.
He's like, Waterdeep doesn't have sewers, and it's like, buddy.
I'm probably crying.
You were literally inside of those sewers.
Yeah.
Oh,
There was like a whole episode. There was like a whole 30-minute episode where Varys was escaping through the sewers.
I missed that.
Yeah, he escaped, got deposited down here, had to swim all the way to the coast, get a boat, and then
remember
sail
that.
out.
And then he tried he tried climbing and he fell in the water like 3 times.
Yep.
I
Yep.
remember coming in at the end and him just leaving a pile of gold on the beach, be like, "Oh, I'm paying for this boat." Not
I'm
thinking
sorry,
about
I stole your boat.
Yeah, and then like the next street urchin is like, "Hey, look, gold," and takes the gold and walks
Yeah,
away.
I do remember it got stolen immediately as well. Yeah.
Sorry
Yeah.
about this. Bye.
I'm sorry.
It's so stupid.
It was a cheap boat, but it was all they had.
And then the guys all started fighting over like the little bit of gold he left there rather than
Oh,
the person
yeah,
who stole
Yep,
from him.
that's right. That's right.
Okay. So what are we doing now? Well, we need to fight something. We need to level up.
All right.
I
So
missed those.
are you going back to Waterdeep or are you going to Nightstone?
I mean, there's no reason to go to Nightstone.
Yeah.
It's
Unless the dragon
2
was
days-
attacked.
Or it's what, a day there and a day back, or 2 days there and 2 days back?
Yeah. Day
There's
there
no
and a
point,
day-
I
it's
mean-
a day there.
We should fucking wait till the black guy has his plan so that we can do something.
So in the meantime, then, unless you want to keep camping rough with the carriage, you should probably find a place to stay then. If you want to spend, because it's 6 more days, or you could plan what you wanted to do with the whole armory situation. You know,
Raid it.
right. You should probably have a plan for that.
Raid the
though.
armory. Raid the armory. Raid the armory. Raid the armory.
Raid the armory.
This map is awesome, dude.
Raid
I know, I
Shadow
love it.
Legends.
Oh yeah, this group has been sponsored by Raid Shadowlands, the free-to-play RPG. Also,
Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends.
also the group has been sponsored by NordVPN and Skillshare.
So,
Gentlemen, I would like a clear and cogent explication of how the raiding of the armory assists us in assassinating
What is an explication?
the Lord Protector.
explanation.
We are going to level up and get more skills.
An explicit explanation, an explication.
Well, I would assume that once we've assassinated this Lord Protector, there's going to be some chaos, whether we intend it or not. It's probably best that our people are well armed and ready for whatever's going to happen, and we have some sort of force ready to kind of take power against the Lord Protector's people.
Well,
I mean, I'm pretty sure that the Sub-Saharan wants to get power after that anyways. With his child soldier.
One-
He
power after that?
specifically said he wasn't interested in that.
But he
So-
said that
No,
Mara would not
we're
take
talking about
power
Alder
either.
Cole.
Alaric, I can tell you now that if you're concerned about the welfare of these people, the worst thing that could be done is anything that draws attention to them on the eve of the Lord Protector's assassination.
So we wait till the black guy has his plans to storm the palace.
I mean, I'm not saying we shouldn't storm the army, but I want to know how that is helpful, because to me it seems dangerous and unhelpful in every way.
Well, Vaheon suggests that it could be a useful distraction. It would cause a riot, but then you risk,
So then on the day
riot.
of the assassination, or on the eve of the assassination, perhaps.
A day or two before we stage the actual coup.
Not 2 days. Not 2 days.
1 day, okay, say that way.
We do it 2 days before. Then the day before we want to do it, we have the guard burning down the field ward.
My point is mainly this, right? There's going to be someone trying to fill that vacuum once we kill this guy, regardless, right? If we do a simultaneous attack on the armory, we'll be the one with weapons. And maybe we should try seeing if we can gather anyone with magic who's been displaced to our side, because that way we have the benefit of having all the magical people on our side that want to
Every
fight
single
the
one
Lord
of the
Commander
Knights
as
of
well.
Lore is a paladin.
But Alric, I mean, how many? So we'll have gained arms, but the Knights of Allura already are armed. And aside from them, how many people in the field ward are worth arming? I mean,
It's a pretty rough and tumble place. I'm pretty sure there's probably a few of them.
Well, he
Yes,
means
but-
more like which ones do you trust with arms? I think.
yeah. And my concern is more that the guard has thousands of able-bodied, trained men.
That's
Right.
actually untrue.
Is it untrue? I thought you said it was thousands.
So there are 1,200 guards in the guard at most, and then there's maybe 400 to 500 people in the watch across the entire city.
Okay, I thought
in
that,
both shifts. So
okay, but what
so
did you
there's
then
there's a little under 2,000. All
Okay.
And just to reiterate, it was the guard that was corrupt in the Southern Ward.
It was
Not
the
the watch,
it
right?
was the watch, and
The watch.
there
It was the
was
watch.
there was also members of the guard that seemed to be corrupt as well, but not to
Yeah.
the same extent.
I mean, my concern is that if we do so a strike on the armory for the express purpose of arming the field ward will make the
This
field
is-
ward an enemy. They're not currently a friend, but they're clearly not an outright enemy. Otherwise, they would be firing incendiaries and siege armaments from the walls that we can
Perhaps.
see.
What'd you say?
So,
Yours?
perhaps, but I mean, I think the best plan is like a day or so before we storm the palace, we storm the armory to cause more chaos, and spread the Lord Protector's forces thinner.
I mean,
I
yeah,
think that's a good plan.
if you can arm the peasants,
Yeah, I mean, and then we can try to steal some weapons, give them to peasants,
and
get,
then they send
and-
the guards into the field ward to put it down, and then
That's right, and then we go to the palace and then get
you
like
do the old sneakaroo into the palace.
sneaky beaky like.
Wait.
Sneaky deaky like.
So a concern of mine that has been returning to my head again and again
Yes.
is the thought that what if in the event of trouble the Lord Protector himself goes out to lead his forces? But that has a lot to do with who the Lord Protector is. And it occurs to me that when we talk to Kakasi, when we speak to Older, they speak of the Lord Protector and don't know who this man is. But you seem to have just found out who he is. And maybe Older knows something about this major.
Yeah, so we should ask him
We
in
should
the
go
meantime
ask
before we do
Older.
anything.
Who this major is, and when we have an idea of who we are up against, then we can better decide. Because I don't want to start a fire in the armory and then have the Lord Protector actually go there to lead his forces while we sit in the palaces with our dicks in our hands.
Bear in mind, though, based on everything I've learned about your previous exploits, because I'm totally not Varys, I'm Alaric.
Yes, obviously.
Seems like you guys raised a bit of a hell here, and this man never confronted you himself. during that entire period.
At no point did we leave. Oh, so allegedly, at no point did we leave enough time for someone of that rank to respond to what we had done, though. Allegedly, I mean, it's not like we started a war and then expected him to come or not come. We were in and out as quickly as we could be.
Yeah, the highest you got was killing 2 captains. Both captains.
Yeah. I mean, and honestly, why a major does not care about captains.
Well, there's only 2 captains beneath him.
Yeah.
Puppy.
And he's failed to save both of them, so clearly
Yep.
he doesn't care.
How dare you?
He's 0 for 2.
Yeah, so we can talk to Alder, or however the guy is called.
Older, yep.
Let's
Yeah,
go
see
speak
what
with
he know,
Older.
what he could know.
Good girl. Alright, so
Go
you're gonna
speak
go.
with your boy Older.
It's your boy. It's your boy
Yeah,
Older.
let's find Alder and ask him. Yeah.
Alright, so you're gonna go back into. Whoops. Whoa.
No, it's just Chiboy Older Cole
Come
here.
on, puppy. Hold on. Dog wants back out. Hey, going upstairs, baby. Go upstairs.
I didn't even know you had a dog.
Go upstairs, baby.
Woof, 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 woof.
Upstairs. Good girl. Hey, go upstairs. Go upstairs. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, she comes down here to say hi to me and the cat. The cat and I, if you will. Okay, so, yeah, so you're going back. So it's about 8 p.m. And you go to the Night's Rest again. And,
Oui.
we.
Is Older Cole there?
He is there. And he he's tracing a map.
You know what? Right before we get here, what I'm gonna do is just right when we get here,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give everyone Eyes of Night just to be safe.
Oh, that's cool. That's really
Do
cool.
my usual, and then I'm going to use my Vigilant Blessing on Harmonel just so he has advantage on his next initiative.
That's real white of you.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Yeah. So you go in, and Casey waves at you, gives you a thumbs up as you guys go downstairs. And yeah, Elder is tracing a map, and he looks up at you as you come in, and he tells you that they got he heard back early.
Ah, good stuff.
And he got a floor plan, a mostly complete floor plan of the palace from his,
What day is it now? Is it the 16th of Elaeus?
It's the 15th.
Yeah,
It's still the
boy.
15th?
8 p.m.
We're going in.
And yeah, so once he tells you that it'll take another like 20-30 minutes for him to finish tracing the floor plan. So you wait another 30. It's about 9 p.m. And he finishes tracing it. So now he's got 2 copies. He's got the original one that his agent gave him, and then he's got the one that he gives to you.
Do you have any sort of visual for us on these floor plans, or is it just fun?
Yeah. And you'll notice there's a sketch of it from the
Really
Give me a sec, I'll be right back.
an abstraction in that top left corner. I'm gonna go pee real quick.
Very, very Hohenzollern looking.
Well, it's
tower.
literally Neuschwanstein.
Neuschwanstein?
Mm-hmm.
Neuschwanstein? Seriously?
Neuschwanstein. All right, I'm gonna go pee. Right back.
Neuschwanstein. Can't believe this kid. That map's classy though. I like it.
So what did I miss?
We got the map. We're looking at it. Car butchered Neuschwanstein like 3 times.
Neuschwanstein, oh Gott, dieser AK, der kann keine Sprache lernen.
He said Neuschwanstein. It was real bad.
There's the castle of Neuschwanstein. Neuschwanstein.
No.
Neuschwanstein.
Neuschwanstein. Neuschwanstein.
Neuschwanstein.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. Let's rate it. Let's rate.
So what is the plan to go after this Lord?
Raid the armory now in today the night, and then we go raid the palace the next day.
This
Easy.
map is really bad.
Yeah,
I think it's supposed to be like hand drawn.
It's so confusingly organized.
There's 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, but
4.
what are the numbers supposed to mean?
That's which floor it is.
What? Why are the floors different sizes to such an extreme degree? I assume 1 is the gatehouse, right?
So
And then
this
2
here, right here,
Yeah.
is this lower tier here, right?
Okay. So the gatehouse, and then
Yeah.
2 is the courtyard and lowest.
2 is just the entire rest of the complex.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
So you
I
can
was thinking the same thing, but then you look at
can see
that
the
top
courtyard
left, it
here
makes sense.
is right here.
Yeah, I see that. I mean, that it makes sense to me but the 1 and the 2 are it's really weird. Those 2, and then
Hold on,
Yeah,
so you can look and see like.
and also why doesn't 4 and 5? Wait, and then just show it all. And why doesn't I guess 4 and 5 do have the other towers on it? I didn't think they did.
No, yeah, it doesn't look like it would add up, but then you see kind of what the actual folding. It makes sense that they're all different sizes.
Why
They're
don't
different
And
colors.
so, I did have to. Some of them are a little bit bigger than the other ones, just because like this one and this one are bigger than this one and this one.
But why don't 5 and 6 have the other tower?
I say we kill this Lord Protector just because he killed Tesseric, and I've now sworn an oath of vengeance.
I say we kill this map maker for his crime against cartography.
Hey, it's a rough sketch. The actual one is
It's
is better.
hand drawn.
It is hand drawn. I just traced it out with my mouse.
Okay. With your mouse, Car, just I think you should get a fountain pen
Yeah.
for doing these kinds of things.
Yeah,
I know.
Because I think
okay.
it'd be awesome.
Outside of that, now what's the plan?
Okay.
I agree. I agree with Harmondal here that the armory does need to be taken just for our lane protection, and so we have
Pretty
some people, basically some assurances that there won't just create another power vacuum and instability when this Lord Protector is taken out.
And keep the Lord Protector blind from everything that moves. Yes, another Lord of the Rings method reference done. Yes.
Aha!
Yes.
Moderate rebels, right?
What'd you say?
I said moderate rebels,
That's
right?
right, that's
We're going
right.
to arm the moderate rebels. I say we go forward with our plan of assault.
What? A plan of assault of what? Of the palace?
Let's attack the armory tonight.
No. I say I don't think we should attack the armory tonight. I think it should be
Tomorrow.
a simultaneous attack.
And who are we sending
Did
to
we?
the armory?
Can we talk to Older about this major actually first?
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So we begin telling Older what he learned from his elf supremacist meeting about how it was a major.
It's not supremacy if you just acknowledge the truth. Let's put it that way.
Dude, you got to stop treating these things as somehow mutually exclusive.
Supremacy can be the truth.
Yeah, what you're saying is it's accurate supremacy, but it's still supremacist.
Alaric just like slaps his face against his head. It's just like Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Hail Modern Christ.
You slap your face against your head?
Against my hand. Like he's got like his head in his hands, and he's just like, oh God.
So I found out that this Lord Protector douchebag is at least he used to be a major in the Southern Ward Barracks.
Yeah. Did you guys not know that?
Are you fucking serious, Older?
I didn't know it was. Did you know him?
Are you fucking kidding?
Southern
Guys,
Ward.
This
Get
whole
us-
time we've been asking you for information. You didn't think it was
I didn't know
important
it
to
was relevant.
You didn't think it was relevant
Because-
who the dude in charge was, what his connections might be, what his character is, how he responds to pressure or violence.
I didn't know you'd worked with him before. He says.
We didn't work with him.
We didn't work with him, but we were trying to get information about him. You worked
We
with
just
him.
we basically just look like Charlie and Always Sunny, where he's like doing the Pepe Sylvia thing.
Okay.
Like he's been behind it the whole time. Like
Older, tell us all about Major What's-His-Face.
Well, he's
How
not a
about-
major anymore.
Yeah.
No shit.
No
Shut
shit,
up.
Sherlock.
So he tells you that his name is Draven Rastrea.
Write that down.
He
Yeah,
he tells you that he thinks he's from out east somewhere, maybe Rishemi.
Okay, like Devola.
Yeah, maybe he's middle aged, maybe young 40s, early 40s, late 30s. He's got black hair. He arrived in Waterdeep a few years before Older did, so like 10, 12 years ago, and quickly rose through the ranks, became independently wealthy, and
Was he trafficking slaves?
Of course he was trafficking slaves. He became independently wealthy.
Older is kind of taken aback by that suggestion, and he says, "I can't picture Draven ever doing that. He's the most pro equality person I've ever heard of."
Let me ask you a
to an
question.
really,
excessive end.
the guy that became dictator, and you're now opposed to. You can't see, having run the
Hey,
underground slave
Listen,
trade that
he's-
you looked
he's-
into.
he's- listen, he's doing the wrong thing,
Look,
but he thinks he's doing the right thing.
let me ask you a question, Older. Just out of curiosity, did you know the Captain Devola?
Knew of him.
Could you have pictured him being a slave trader under your very nose?
Thinks about it for a minute, and then he says, "No,
No,
No?
because
But he was.
we discovered him at the docks unloading slaves from a boat to be
From
taken
Silent
to cells beneath his watch house, where they would then be shifted on to buyers.
he
Just
seems
grab one of like the Knights of Aloro and just have them like quickly just be like, yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems very taken aback by this, and he tells you that basically every time that he ever talked to Draven, he would be ranting and raving about the absurd magicocratic society of Waterdeep and the parallels
makes sense.
between that and Rishemi.
Okay, that makes sense for him because with magic users.
I mean, I don't see why you think that the outward speech of a man has anything to do with his actions. I mean, Older,
Let's go
you've
back right the armory.
served enough time in the palace to know that words and deeds are not necessarily the same thing.
So does he just straight up believe us? Like, yeah, this guy was like, this all goes back to this guy and selling slaves, or does he need some sort of persuasion?
I don't think he has a reason to doubt you yet. I mean, he doesn't trust the guy anymore, you know?
Okay, so let's fucking raid the armory then. If that's what you want to do.
I say we fulfill my vow of vengeance upon the killer of my friend.
The vengeance pinky promise.
Yeah, my oath of vengeance, you know, because I'm totally a different guy. You
Hey,
can call
wait
me
a minute,
Land.
you're not a paladin.
Alec, explain to me this oath of vengeance, because I doubt that Draven killed Ezric.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
you guys know exactly who killed Tezric, and it was the High Inquisitor.
Yeah, That's why I'm bringing this up.
Yeah, the High Inquisitor who works for this guy Draven.
But so, do you intend to kill the High Inquisitor as well?
I mean, yeah.
So you're going to kill everyone involved.
I mean, just the people at the top.
Just the people at the top. And why just them?
No,
they're the ones
the
propagating
women and
it.
children too, because we don't like sand.
They're the ones behind it all.
Allegedly.
Actually.
Whatever happened to trials?
Yeah.
You know, and
All right,
justice.
Anakin.
Overrated.
Yeah, I don't believe in trials and justice.
I believe in the people's courthouse.
I believe in the truth.
Okay, so what do we do now? What are we storming?
This
I
guy's
say we
hungry.
bide our time, try to get allies this week, and then we do a simultaneous attack on both.
Yeah, but we shouldn't like. I don't know if you can trust every random peasant because you're going to pay attention to ourselves.
Wait. We still don't know anything about the Major. Older didn't tell us anything about his character. Older. Who is the man? Not facts, not figures about his age and birthplace and when he came here. Who is he?
He is meritocratic to a fault.
Meritocratic to a fault.
He's stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really work with him much. I only interacted with him a few times, I'm afraid.
You say he's meritocratic to a fault. Does he hold himself to that as well?
He probably thinks he does.
And if there were to be an enemy at his gates, issuing an open challenge to him, would he meet that enemy?
Well, I don't think he's a fool.
That I don't know what that means. That means yes or no?
Well, he wouldn't ride out alone if that's what you're asking.
No, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, would
he
meet an enemy? Would he be where he needs to be, or would he entrust that to others and cower in his castle?
The man has no issue with delegation, if that's what you're asking.
Older? You're not being helpful here.
He's very clearly, I think, answering your question.
I feel like
no, he's not.
He's basically saying that if we led a simultaneous attack on the armory, he would hole up there while his guys are the ones that he sends to deal with it.
Is that what you're saying, Older? That if the armory were attacked, he will not leave the castle.
I mean, I can't speak for the man, but I don't know why.
Can't guarantee it.
Unless he was needed there, I don't see why he'd handle it himself unless he had to.
So, but you said he was stubborn, that he's meritocratic to a fault, and to me, those are the marks of a man who does not let a challenge go unanswered. But you seem to also believe that he will not ride out unless he's necessarily needed.
He believes in the right man for the job, and he understands that he's not always the right man for every job.
His answer's not very helpful, Older.
I feel like he's answering the question.
I feel like he's leaving himself sufficient wiggle room, or I feel like
I mean, he doesn't know. It's not like he knows for sure exactly what the guy's
Again,
gonna do.
he said, he's only met the guy like 3 or 4 times.
I'll put it this way. I feel like his handler is leaving him sufficient wiggle room that he can try to screw me.
I feel like you just gotta accept. You just gotta accept that he doesn't have all the answers.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't know for sure. He's experienced enough to not give a definitive answer if he can't give one.
Yeah, I don't like he's not. I don't like the fact that he's giving non-definitive answers.
He's a coy son of a bitch. You know this.
Yeah, he's a little bitch.
So let's fucking do it on our own then. We're not going to wait for the human to tell us. I mean, why should we wait for that fucking human? Let's do it. If you want to do it.
I say
Draven, or not Draven, Older gives you a distasteful look.
I said that in Elvish, not in Common.
Okay. Well, you
Let me
gotta
ask you
say,
something
you say something in Elvish, you have to say beforehand that you say it in Elvish.
I mean, I think it's obvious that Hamil's first language
I
would
don't,
be
I
Elvish.
know, it's not. Again, as I've said before, you gotta be specific, otherwise I'm gonna assume that it's in common.
Ah, you idiot.
It's the lingua franca.
You gotta remember, Car is a common bitch.
I'm a common man. I speak common. You know?
Let me ask you another question, Older. What is the to your estimate? What is the Major's sentiment about the position of Waterford? Wait, what? No, Waterdeep.
Waterford.
Sorry, I'm at like the end of my second beer.
What does he
Chill.
think about Waterworld with Kevin Costner? Overrated or underrated?
I thought it was good.
I think he likes it.
What is the Major's? What would you think is the Major's position on Waterdeep's position amongst the Sword Coast principalities and their distant neighbors? Do you think he's interested in making this new Waterdeep of his into a prosperous and respected state?
He thinks about it for a minute, and then he says, "Well, he says they did leave the Lord's Alliance, which is incongruous with any sort of geopolitical wisdom I've ever heard of."
Do you think he needs other allies? Do you think
It's hard to say. Needs and wants are different things.
Do you
If
think
he
he
needed
wants
allies, he wouldn't have left the Lord's Alliance. You'd think,
do you think
but
he wants-
then again, he did
Do you
leave.
think he wants other allies?
I couldn't say. I don't know the guy enough. He's acted irregularly. I wouldn't have done what he did. But then again, I also wouldn't have killed all the Masked Lords, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Like, I don't kill mass lords on days ending in Y.
Yeah, that's. I don't know if that works in Faerun.
Let me ask you this, Older. Speaking candidly, are any of his men in the room?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna change this. Older, would you mind if I spoke with you candidly and privately?
Anything you can say to me, you can say to my boys. But you could make a. You can. I mean, you can. You don't even need to make a check. None of these guys are really paying attention. They're all doing their own thing. Like one of them's asleep.
Even so. I mean,
You're gonna confess your love, aren't you? She's gonna kiss Older.
That manipulative bitch. She's going to spread your legs for more info.
I'm with the guy sitting in the room.
Hot.
The guy sitting in the room, he's like right there. Like he obviously hears us, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just gonna gesture at that guy and be like, I mean, at the very least, you think he could be given it? There we go.
Yeah. Older gestures at the guy and he says, "Aster, go upstairs." And the guy goes upstairs.
Thank you. So I'm not going to.
I like how you said that. Thank you, like not even like directly to a car. You're like, thank you.
No, yeah. Well, it sure wasn't directed at the guy that actually left.
Yeah. So,
that's for sure.
Although I'm not going to insult your intelligence.
Again.
Again. You know that we've met before when you were kicking down Harmonel's door and we were running out the back as fast as we could.
Well, he had mentioned that the first time you guys talked.
Yeah, I know. And I was coy about it. And now I'm not being coy about it. Like
you mean Madras Esquire? So I don't know.
Harmonel's like, what? Who?
Madras Esquire never heard of that
this
guy.
Elf?
You were kicking down that door.
Did you even put on a disguise, Euros?
What?
When you were Midros, did you even have a disguise on?
No.
I don't think I
course you
did. I don't remember putting in this guy.
It's all about the accent, though. You know, it's like in Four Lions.
Yeah, too bad.
Wait.
Moving on.
You haven't seen it. Well,
Yeah, the only thing I've seen is Lord of the Rings Extended Edition. That's something you need to watch.
Four Lions is it's a sequel to Lord of the Rings.
No, it's not. Fuck off now. Come on, we need to fucking raid something. We need to level up.
Okay. So, can I talk now?
Yeah.
So, Older, when you kick down Harmonel's door, coming to trundle us off to your dungeons to be interrogated, you weren't acting as a guardsman. You were acting as a watchman. You were acting as a police officer. Tell me, as a police officer, who do you think is Who do you think will be ultimately responsible for slave trading in this city? Is there someone to whom the major answers? Because you said he's been acting erratically.
I don't understand the question.
So, Older, you said that Draven has been acting unpredictably and erratically, and you don't understand what he's doing. And I can tell you that man is a slave trader, whether you expected it or not, or whether you believe it or not. And I am asking you whether you, as an officer of the law who is sometimes tasked with rooting out mysteries, could give any sort of guess as to whether or not Draven answers to someone else, whether or not he is beholden to someone else's plans with regards to this slave trading, because perhaps some of his unpredictability has to do with a game that's being played on a different level that we're not aware of.
Well, I don't think he has any boss now, but when he was major, he would have answered to he would have answered only to the commander of the watch.
And who's that?
Well, it was Lord Rulathon, but he's dead now. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure who the new commander of the watch is.
The Hunter.
And the slaves from Kalimport, who sells the slaves out of Kalimport?
I couldn't say. I've never been to the place. I haven't been outside. I haven't been further south than Baldur's Gate. But I will say this much, and just from what I know about history, slavery is institutionalized in Kalishan. So it could be any number of thousands of slavers.
Good to know.
Alaric is like writing stuff down. He's like, slavery, legal, Kalimport, $, dollar sign.
Yeah. Money.
Harmonel's slowly changing his mind about slavery.
Nah.
He's like, I didn't know you could sell them.
That's
Buy. Sell.
You could sell slaves?
Interesting.
So what's Harmonel doing right now? Is Harmonel in this meeting as well?
Yeah, I mean, he's just saying that we should fucking attack something if we had bought it.
Yeah.
We need to level up.
I agree.
I mean, it's been like 500 sessions since we last had a battle. I mean, come on, guys.
Harmonel, if you're so eager, go spar with Andala.
I think the elf has a point. I mean, nothing's going to be done about this problem if we just sit around being afraid of take action.
Exactly.
Older agrees, and he says
Alaric is promoted to 10% elf.
Older
Regardless
says that
of...
they have the plans that they need. What else?
Let's fucking do it.
What other preparations do you suggest need to be done? He directs that at Vera and Alaric, less than Harmonel.
Well, I for one would would expect us to have a plan beyond.
Well, let's make the plan then. Older says.
Yeah, I
He
defer to
unfurls
Older Cole's
He
plans.
unfurls the floor plans on the table.
I say we go in. Are there any sort of secret entryways that bring us closer to the?
Like a section of the wall that is painted slightly differently for obvious reasons, so they can figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. Just who knows why it's painted like that, but it is. Now, well, so Older tells you that he also unfurls another map. This one's a map of the sewers, and he kind of like overlays that one with the a map of the city, and he points out that there's a branch of the sewer that runs underneath the armory. And even though there's no like connection, you could potentially tunnel up underneath it.
The armory
has maybe the armory doesn't just have weapons to all our people, but maybe it has better weapons that'll help us if we're going after the Lord Commander.
Yeah.
There's sure to be gold in there as well.
I'm sorry, gentlemen. Is our goal to get weapons or to remove the Lord Protector?
Well, Alaric said he liked my plan, which involved a distraction at the armory.
Yeah.
But yes, the ultimate plan is, of course, to remove the Lord Protector and bring back the open and masked lords.
Older, do you think that there is no risk to the people of the Field Ward if we...
Of course there's a risk, but there's more of a risk to wait. Damn it! And he pounds his hand on the table.
If what he said about those racist elves, that an attack is imminent, those people are basically living on borrowed time unless we do something.
It's bound to happen sooner or later if we don't do anything.
Yes, but it's more convenient to portray it as being imminent, Euros. Don't you get that?
No, I don't.
It's
Kamini has an 8
news.
in wisdom, come on.
It's called fake news.
Dude, Kamini has an 8 in wisdom. Let me play it like that.
You know what, Alaric is finally done kissing that
booty.
Bear's ass. At this point, he's basically just like, look, I'm in with Older Cole's plan, regardless of if you are. I'm doing this.
Stands up and he daps you up.
I'm sorry, Older. Why have you equated not attacking the armory with doing nothing? And my concern is that attacking the armory does nothing for us in our efforts.
Personally, I consider a distraction to be an important aspect.
Yes, you consider a distraction with what risks the Field Ward.
I think out of character, I think that Akar's just poisoned Kilo's mind where he's scared to do anything now just because of unintended consequences happening previously.
Unintended and foreseeable consequences.
You paralyzed him into inaction.
Older. No,
I tried to meticulously plan everything.
So
that's Vera's. That's always been Vera's flaw though. Is she's got to like know all of the
I'm sorry.
the angles before she'll do anything.
My interest, Older, is to depose and, if need be, eliminate the Lord Protector. And you seem to think that is a good thing, and you seem to think that is a good thing for the sake of the people of Waterdeep. But what you're proposing with attacking the armory does us no clear good and creates a grave potential for the Field Ward to be struck down in one furious swipe.
That's good for us. We know
it's going to be struck down regardless.
That is my fear, and
otherwise
it is important to remember
we
that
simply storm the palace directly, and we don't have to deal about that.
The vast majority of the city lives outside of the Field Ward.
Ah. So your thought
I'm afraid it's a numbers game, ladies.
It's a numbers game.
Alright, if you don't want that, we can simply storm the palace right now and get this over with. If we're going to wait, he's going to strike, and then we're fucked. You can decide now.
I'd be hesitant.
What side are you on?
What do you say?
I'm sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know why our options are to storm the armory with all the risks that entails, or storm the palace and get ourselves killed in the process, and why there's no possibility for us to try to find our way into the palace without
That's certainly an option, yes.
Not with you beside us. You have made very clear that if a single person recognizes your face and they don't step out of your way quickly enough,
That's not what he
strike
said.
them down.
No, he said if somebody tried to stop them. It's not
If they tried to stop
which
us,
means like using force.
Specify to me exactly how long you will give them to demonstrate their willingness to cooperate, Older.
He means that if somebody uses force to stop them, he'll kill them. Not that if somebody's like, oh, I'm not going to get out of your way, he's going to stab them. He'll just move them out of the way. There's alternatives to lethal force.
And you haven't shown me that you're willing to use that, Older.
I didn't kill you.
I stand with
those
Older Cole.
Weeks ago. I'm with Older Cole. I'm with Older Cole.
I'd just say let's
Older.
If we don't stop squabbling amongst ourselves about fucking details, we're not going to get anything done.
Right. Well, see, the thing is, if you're planning with Kilo, if you're planning with him, he's gonna insist on being there. You don't have to act with him. You can do your own thing without him, without even telling him. But if you're including him on the planning, he's insisting on being there.
I stand with Older Cole. I say we do the plan with the distraction.
Let's fucking do it.
And then we arm the people of the field ward while simultaneously. Basically, I think that once we've got the arms, Kukasi, Older here, and the Knights of Aloro should know who they should be arming and preparing to basically help take control and then reintegrate the Masked Lords. Is that a fair assessment?
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we trust the people that have been here this whole time, and we go through with our plans?
Yeah, let's fucking
and hopefully they roll well and they succeed.
I'll tell you why I'm reticent, Alric. I'm reticent because the people have been here the whole time. I've done very little in that whole time, other than to ensconce themselves in this little prison of theirs and to ignore everything that is happening in the city just beyond those walls, and that this man seems entirely willing to sacrifice anyone in this entire ward if it will get him 1 inch closer to the Lord Protector. And that callousness worries me and makes me uncertain of Older as a guard and as a captain and as a human.
Is it because he's a human? Is that what this is about? I would have thought that was on his end. I wouldn't have expected that from you.
It's because he's black, isn't it?
Yeah, he's 30% of the population, but commits 50% of the homicides.
Oh my god!
That's the point. So.
I mean,
what I'm fucking proposing is
we came to this man with a proposition to sneak ourselves up, the 3 of us.
And I will say to Vara and Elvish, if that guy's a fucking idiot, then I don't give a fuck what.
Well, listen, you have the floor plan. You still have the 3 of you.
Yeah, but now we don't have Alric because he's all, I'm gonna go follow the dumb dude. Like, we came to this man with a plan.
I mean, if it's basically a question of not doing anything, or
why is it a question of not doing anything?
I think Alaric would still help you.
Yeah, I'm trying to explain my way there. I mean,
Alaric is more just, I want to go and actually do this.
You want to go and actually do what? Storm the palace and storm the armory.
Well,
is it important to Alric the Paladin that we use open, brazen violence?
Well, Alaric is a paladin. He just identifies as a paladin.
Or is it important?
He just behaves the exact same way as the paladin.
Yeah. Is what is important to you, Alric, that we use open, brazen violence, well, the risk that entails, or that we do a job that needs doing and we do it well?
I mean, If you're willing to just go ahead and follow these plans and do our attack, I'm okay with it. But let's just do it.
So
The longer we wait, the more dangerous this becomes for these people.
Yeah, no one's saying waiting.
Older suggests that you sneak into the palace while he attacks the armory.
Yeah, and Older, I'm suggesting that you shut the hell up. All you want to do is swing your little sword around in the hopes that you'll feel glorious and get some blood on your.
My sword is average according to the 1942 census.
We came to you with a wish for our plans of the palace so that we could sneak in and with a minimum of risk dispatch the Lord Protector. And you objected to that on some...
My men are stealthy.
Yeah. Your men are stealthy, and if anyone gets in your way, you'll start a war inside the palace. You made that very clear.
You're still very hung up on that one...
Yeah, I'm still hung up on that one thing, because that one thing is the difference between the three of us quietly and calmly and openly making our way to the Lord Protector.
Hold on. So I'm just confused. Like, so at what point would you be sneaking and then also still confronted by somebody?
Well, we're sneaking because we're sneaking in plain sight.
Oh my God, focus.
No,
right, but what he's saying is if somebody is physically trying to stop you with force, he will kill them. Well, you're saying that, like, if somebody even sees him, he's going to start killing everybody. And that's just a very disingenuous representation of what he's saying.
The difference is I'm saying if someone tries to stop us, we'll try to find some way that doesn't start a war to get us through it first. Whereas his position seems to be when they put a hand on his shoulder, he cuts off the hand.
That's not
what he said.
That's
not what he's saying. As I've said so many times, out of character and in character, that is not what he is saying.
That's the way it's coming across.
And again, it's not what he's saying. So it doesn't matter how it's coming across. He is not saying that.
Okay. Well, let me put this back on you. At no point has Vera said we're not going to do anything. Every time she said we're not going to do your fucking
that's fine.
plan.
I'm just saying. He's
Just saying you are losing the point in nonsense.
Kill everyone in our way. Older saying only if they raise swords to our throats, then we fight back.
Yeah, if they attack you.
Do not fire unless fired upon.
You're just hyper focusing on a turn of phrase he said.
Yeah,
that's irrelevant. It doesn't mean anything.
No.
You can forget he said it if it helps.
It's not irrelevant.
We can just retract. We can retcon him saying it because it doesn't mean anything. It has no actual bearing on anything.
Okay, it's not irrelevant though, because the relevance is that there are some individuals who might raise a sword to Older who wouldn't raise a sword to Vera or Harmonil or Ulrich.
I mean, he's not going to go in there. If you're going to sneak, depending on what your sneak plan is, he'd be disguised like you guys.
The sneak plan is for us to go in as who we are, as emissaries of different places. And
he can be part of the emissary. I want to kill something.
Quantity. They know him there, and so he's a liability.
You are also known.
Yeah. I am known as the Lady of Nightstone. Harmonil is known as a dispossessed Prince of Evermeet. Alric is known as a hermit of...
Well, Alaric's the only one who's not known. Harmonil is known as Maedros Esquire, who, I mean, he wasn't even wearing a disguise. He just looks exactly like the guy that's wanted for, 60 murders.
Yeah, those were all dealt with. There's no one wanted anymore, right? I mean...
Yes, technically.
There are no wanted persons. That's old news.
I'm saying
I would like to start the combat today. Out of character, I'm down to do the combat.
Yeah, me too.
Regardless of the plan. I'm gonna make it as simple as that.
Like I said,
as I've been saying to Vara, she should lose herself in meaningless details because she didn't understand how this came across what Olda was saying.
Yeah, so there's no point in focusing on that at all. It meant nothing when I said it. And we can just retcon it because there's literally no reason to focus on that.
I want combat.
There's no reason to.
Yeah,
it didn't mean anything.
Let's go.
It does not mean anything.
Let's fucking do something now. Now at night.
It might have sounded like it did, but I didn't mean it to be, and it doesn't.
Now that nightfall is quietly crept in and changed us, so let's go and attack something. If we want to do something.
It's
Otherwise,
about 11 p.m. on the 15th.
Yeah, so it's a good time to do it. And what I'm saying is
again, you don't have to do it right now, but you could think about the idea of suggestion of possibly maybe doing it.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, if you're going to sit in the basement and argue about shit, we're not going to do anything. The field was going to be leveled, and they would sit there like complete idiots. So let's fucking do something. If you want to do something at all.
I say we send the messenger representing us as emissaries, and we get a room, and then we start cutting people up.
You get a room?
Are they going to allow us to carry weapons in the first place?
What do you think this is? The Marriott?
I'm just thinking of like when you go to Davix and like that's the Old Republic.
That's accurate. Not accurate, but that's a.
You see where I'm going with this.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
You thought you'd leave me high and dry while the
there's
shit bombed
embassies there, but you know that they are permanent embassies.
Older, let me ask you an unrelated question.
Sure.
Well, last time we were here, the Field Ward was a pretty dangerous place. Since we've been gone, has that been?
Since he's been gone.
Or are there still cutthroats and thieves and murderers around every corner?
Well, around less corners, definitely.
Around less corners.
Where would you say is good work?
Where would you say is the most dangerous part of the Field Ward?
Probably near the Troll Gate. Furthest from our headquarters.
I would propose that the three of you boys go down to the Troll Gate, find some vagabonds, and deal with them. And while you're doing that, I will come up with a plan for how we can storm the castle in a safe way that does not endanger the entirety of the Field War, so that you can all have your sense of glory tonight. How's that sound to you?
It's not about glory, Vara.
No, if you're so hell-bent on violence, then go have your violence. But don't make that violence be a cost for everyone around you.
So you think that
Dungeons and Dragons, man. We want to kill.
So you think that if you're going to attack the fucking armor, the fucking palace, there are not going to be any repercussions, unless we kill everything in one day and we obtain power within like 2 hours and everything, and the whole guard is loyal to us and not to remnants of the Lord Protector. You think this was going to work?
Huh?
I didn't understand that. I didn't understand what you said.
What I'm saying is, you think, we storm the palace and all that shit. You really think that we are going to get power within 2 hours and have all the guard and the Lords be automatically loyal to us instead and not have to do shit to any loyalists of the Lord Protector?
Well, the idea is to reinstate the Open Lord and the Mask Lords, right?
Yeah, but probably some guys in the walls of the guard are loyal to the Lord Protector and his bunch of idiots.
Yeah, and Vera's thought is that chopping off the head and then seeing which fingers still twitch is a lot cleaner and a lot safer than beating the fuck out of the limbs.
Yeah, they're okay with chopping off the head. They just want to know what your idea to chop off the head is.
My idea to chop off the head is to chop off the head.
Yeah, how do you want to do
yeah,
that?
but mechanically speaking though, how do you want to chop off the head?
One takes a sword and swings it with sufficient force to sever the head from the body.
Oh, you meant literally. You meant literally chopping the head off.
Literally chop off the head.
I'm not asking for metaphors. I'm asking for an actual.
So I'll put it this way: Vera's thought is to think through the most clever and least risky plan to get us to the Lord Protector. Because once we're there, it's sort of irrelevant what the plan is from there, because just chop off the head. And everyone else's plan seems to be kill something tonight. And since people seem to be bent on killing something tonight, go kill something tonight.
That's my out of character.
Yeah.
Out of character, I would like to be doing a little more killing
As I
in the
wrote
campaign.
Farah,
We're building up to the killing.
How do you want to enter the palace as soon as possible?
Yeah. So how? Yeah. So
Giving
what? How
time
do you want to get
level-
into the palace then?
And if
You-
we're going to pose as diplomats, we're not going to be allowed to carry weapons, so we will have to smuggle them in somehow.
I mean, who said we can't carry weapons? These are things we don't know. You're making all these assumptions based on things we haven't tried or even.
You expect that they will allow diplomats so that they never known before to carry weapons at the palace. They really think
Well,
that's stupid.
I mean, they'd probably let
You
you
have-
have weapons. It's
you have
the
no
medieval
information
era.
on this. I mean, if we enter the palace as diplomats and we are treated as diplomats, ostensibly there will be a whole package of diplomatic goods that they won't investigate because that's how diplomats are often treated. I mean, and even if they aren't, you don't know this. I mean, these are the kinds of things that we try before we start an open war, unless we know open war is necessary because tomorrow he's going to burn down the field ward.
I think he's going to burn down the field ward tomorrow.
Yeah, pretty sure. Like with the Bay Knights.
No,
I said a lot of game.
He's not. But I mean, so you want to you want to do you want to pose as diplomats?
We can do your way, but okay, let's do your way then, and see what happens. But I'm telling you, I don't know. Your parents have noble birth as well. You should have known that they don't simply allow diplomats to carry weapons, but when they enter a palace, something like that. You would expect that they would be searched. You don't just enter, it's allowed, you're a diplomat, okay, move on, do whatever the fuck you want. I don't know, where do you get that info?
Yeah,
Unless
older says that that's not usually how diplomats are received. So there's like specific embassies for long-term allies, but aside from that, they don't usually like show up like that.
Oh.
But you can do it. You can do it, and you can try to talk your way in. But they don't have like they don't. I mean, well, they do have diplomatic quarters, he says. But yeah. As you can see, they are up here.
Let me ask you this,
They're up
Older,
here on the fourth
because
floor.
it's not clear on the map you gave us. Are there any to the royal chambers? Are there any balconies or such off the royal chambers?
So.
I can't tell. It seems like there would be.
Let me hold on. Let me pull up the actual map so I can double check.
I'm just saying, Kilo, du bist ein Spaßverderber outside of the game.
Say what?
No, just said something to Nate.
No.
Outside of the game.
Yeah.
No, there's no balcony. There's a balcony. The balcony is like over here, right?
Okay. The other side of the Lord's Court.
Which would be on this back side of the palace.
And explain to me, Older, what is the layout of this court? Is there a throne somewhere that the Lord Protector would sit
there's
upon?
like a dais up on this wall here.
There. Okay.
Yep. Oh, actually, sorry. That you can see better here. The shape of the room. That's there's a balcony here overlooking it. You can see the shape of the room there.
Mm-hmm.
And so this back part is like an upraised dais that would have like a throne where the open lord would sit, and this is where they'd have the like the appeals trials, and then this is where like regular court would be held, where the magisters would overhear things, or would oversee. And all these arrows here are like that means those are steps. Up, 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 up and down, up and down.
Yeah, so why don't we just go with the whole posing as diplomats, try to get in, and then, try to sneak our way closer to him, fight who we have to, and then take him out.
Murder is wrong. Have you considered that?
Come on, guys. Let's get our shit together and do something.
I want to do something. I agree. I want to do it. Let's do it.
Go to the troll yard. Go fight some vagabonds.
Oh my god.
Okay, so it's too late tonight for the diplomat thing because it's
Yeah.
about
Do
midnight
it
now.
tomorrow morning now.
I
Yeah.
think it's important that you boys go to the troll yard.
Get your energy out.
Get your trash out exactly.
Yeah. And Vara, you spread your fucking legs. You had, like the manipulative
Whoa,
stuff.
At this point, Alaric is going to go to the troll yard and try to clean up the place because it's
Right.
obvious nothing is getting done tonight in terms of killing the Lord Protector.
Well, we can either do that or we can go to the morning and do the diplomat thing.
I say we act today.
I think they should do their fight. They need to get their energy out.
I mean, it's D&D. I want to do some killing, man. I don't.
I know, but we're almost to the killing, to the real
Okay.
killing.
Okay.
You don't want an improvised fight. You want a real fight with a battle map.
Yes.
You know, if you go down to
Yes.
the troll yard, there's not going to be a battle map.
We want fix
All right. So Alaric goes to Betty Bye and awaits going to
Where do you guys
the
sleep?
castle tomorrow. He's just sleeping on the fucking floor. He doesn't give a shit.
I
Okay.
mean, I'm gonna take the carriage outside the city and make camp out.
Yeah,
out
I would
Alright,
do the same with
Give
Vara.
me a
Alaric is
survival.
going to find a rocking chair in the Night's Rest, and he's gonna slowly just fade out like an old
I
man.
got like 2 in survival.
Okay.
I mean, my last ones have been 5, 2,
Okay.
3, 7, 5.
Yeah, that's
I
pretty
got
bad.
the 2.
I'm just gonna go to the junction of the two roads outside and make camp there.
Okay.
Like, with,
Yeah, we got
I've
together
got
with
the
Vara
carriage.
and the bros.
All right.
So just there, yeah. And I've got the carriage.
Cool. All right. You have an uneventful night, and you guys wake up at 5 in the morning.
But Alric's and Harmon are both at the Night's Rest, right?
No, Hamilio, I was with you.
Yeah, you
You came
guys.
with?
You guys are both at the crossroad with the brothers. Alaric's back at the Night's Rest, and he'll have to sleep until 9 a.m.
So let's fucking go into the diplomat. Wake up Alaric and do the diplomat shit.
All right. So
If
about
you
9
insist,
a.m. you go back to the La Night's Roost.
Oh, wait, no. He wants to go back and get him.
No, I mean he's not that. So let's let him sleep and do it on our own.
So
I mean,
you're gonna go at 5 a.m. to the palace without Alaric.
Why not?
Yeah. So I think we should
No,
start.
I'm
heading
saying that
around.
as a joke because I know Greg wants to fight something. So that's like what this is about. I mean, we probably have to wait for Alaric, sorry. Unless Vara has something better in mind.
No, I mean, I think we're all awake. We're all ready. Let's start heading towards the south gate, and we'll make our way in. If the old man needs to sleep, the old man needs to sleep. That's that.
Wow. All right. So you leave Greg behind.
He left himself behind when he decided to fall asleep in a rocking chair.
Okay. Well, theoretically, if Alaric went to sleep there, wouldn't he have been? And then they had to go out to the city and then find a place and then rest 4 hours. Wouldn't he be less than 4 hours behind them?
Yeah. It's true. So you don't need to be at it'd be like 8 a.m.
Cool.
Cool.
So it's still 5 a.m. though, and you still have 3 hours, and they get to the south gate around 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Guys are leaving Alaric.
Yeah, neither can Alaric.
Yeah, so.
All right. So you arrive there about 8 a.m. Alaric, you're waking up back at the Night's Rest.
sort of indication that they didn't come here for me and they've just gone without me?
Yep.
I guess I'm going to sprint over there to try to meet them,
Well,
and my knees are just like, I'm in immense pain as I do so.
All right. Well, you have a horse, fortunately, so it'll only take you if you
Look at my cohort.
if
my
you
cohort
dash
is
with
amazing.
the if you dash or if not if you dash, but if you do double speed with the horse, you can get there in an hour.
Okay,
The
I
horse will
guess
be
I'm going to do
exhausted.
that.
So you'd get there around 9 a.m. So, are you guys gonna wait for him at all?
I don't know. Maybe not.
What's happening? So he's taking the torch around. You asking if we're gonna wait for him?
Yeah. So you know.
I mean, we don't know he's behind us though. We just
Okay. All right. So the Tiavos is the carriage driver. Let me pull up the map. As you're rolling up though, you hear like a horse almost dying behind you, and Alaric catches up to you guys at the nick of time.
My Govanen.
The fuck? I'm here to avenge Tesseric, I like whisper to them, because I'm not happy that they just kind of dipped without me.
I forgot to put your guys' tokens on the map. 1 second.
Appreciate you guys waiting for me this morning.
That was good of them. That was awful white of them.
Yeah, it was. Fucking whiteys.
Stop arguing.
No, we need to do that.
no.
We're gonna wait
I'm not
for
gonna stop
the
arguing. I refuse to
Yeah.
take the fucking fall for all these things. Like,
Oh my god, is that what's I wasn't even looking at the chat.
yeah. Going back to this, like, oh, she loves Bay Knights. She wouldn't let us kill the Bay Knights. At no point did Varys say we're not going to kill Bay Knights. She said, Varys, if we go there, we're going to kill all of them. You know that, right? And Varys was like, okay, fine, we won't do it. I'm like, I never said we shouldn't do it. I said, own the fucking consequences of your choices, and you pussied out.
Yeah.
Not on me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Sarah owns the consequences of her choices, and she expects you to do the fucking same.
Well, I'm just putting your guys'
This man takes role playing to a new level.
Yeah, I don't like being called out for shit that you did.
It was like shit we didn't, and we the fucking Daggerfall was attacked by the people who worship the god of tyrannical oppression. How would we know
If
he's evil?
115
hey,
pound
calm
girl
down. Stop.
saying
Stop.
you're
No,
gonna kill
stop,
people
stop,
stops you, you really won't do it.
Stop.
No.
No.
Yeah, he just wants to kill things.
If the eve of a coup is not the time for infighting, I don't know when is.
All right.
Exactly.
So
Nate gets it.
Yeah.
What is Alder's response to all of this?
he doesn't know what's happening.
He's not with us. We fucking left him. He has
All right.
no part of this.
Oh
So
my god,
I can
Nate
tell
is a
you,
fucking idiot.
if we are successful, that dude has no part in this new government. He is done.
done.
He is
You're
done.
done.
You're not getting in power. That's enough.
All right.
He's gonna be lucky to be a fishmonger in Baldur's Gate.
Jesus. All right. So there is a long and winding, not that long, but relatively winding pathway that the carriage goes up to reach the gate.
Was machst du denn, Nate? God verdammt.
I forgot to put
Free.
K.
But this is we've been through this gate though. This guy knows me. We're like chill.
No, you haven't been to the palace.
No, we haven't been to the palace for sure. So let's move on.
Yeah. So
Let's not
you're up at the
go.
We're already
palace.
at the palace.
What Kilo?
We're already at the palace? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought this was the outer gate because that's where you showed us on the map last.
Oh no. I took you to the
Oh.
palace last. Look. See?
Oh, wow. A space for like 2 seconds. Damn.
Yeah, we
That's what
haven't been at the
happens
palace.
when you've been drinking.
Oh.
Ja, ein helles Reich für Kilo, der mit abgeschossen wird.
All right. Let's see. Okay, so
Nagila.
hold on, let me just take your carriage from this.
Look at our
Is that-
horses. Our
is
horses
that
are
the
amazing.
carriage, I fuck with it. I fucks with it heavy.
The streets will fuck with it heavily.
And it's a carbon. Go on home, British soldiers. Go on home.
All right, so Tiavos is driving.
Yeah.
Everybody else is riding in the old carriage.
I thought, what if I did? We should have made it a carbon like the IRA.
I know. All right, so y'all's is carriage.
Rotate.
No.
No. We're just gonna go sideways in there. Doof.
Oh, you've got no
Woo!
fucking homes of your own. For
Just look at everything,
800
dude.
years, we fought you without fear.
All right.
And we'll fight you for 800 more. And if you stay, British soldiers, if you stay, we're never
right.
gonna beat the IRA.
Thanks, Harmon. Okay,
And that's
so you guys,
like
you guys
it. Yeah.
arrive at the palace gates, and your carriage pulls up, and Tiavos gets it to a stop. And there's a guy in a sergeant's uniform standing in front of the gate, and he says, "Oh there, what's your business at the palace?"
I look at Farah.
Alric, announce us. It's your job. And then
I go on my creaky knees and I just go,
Well, actually,
presenting
sorry,
to you now.
sorry, Alaric is actually, he's on his own horse outside of the carriage because he had to ride up later.
How many?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, true.
So you'd have to yell that to him.
Wait, is he that far away? I thought he was like up with us now.
I guess he's up with us, but you're inside of
You
the
know,
carriage.
Alaric is just going to, he's just a little slow. He's going to be like, forgive me, my lords.
Very good.
I present to you the Lady of Nightstone, the killer of goblins, the defender of honor, the
Lover
the
of
savior of the
kobolds.
broken, the mother of kobolds,
Mm-hmm.
Lady Vara Il Sinane, accompanied by Lord Harmonil of House Finderwell, and his brothers, the knights Tiavos and Vaheon.
Okay.
Is that a persuade check or what is this?
Do performance. Give me some performance.
That did sound
Of course.
performative.
Of course, you were like, oh, how about the guy with no performance? Let's have him do the performance.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's why.
We
That's
check where your deficiencies are before we ask for your
Yep.
rolls.
wow. So
Could you roll a
you
medicine on this one?
despite having just woken up, you boom out the announcement, and the guards seem impressed, and they say the sergeant says, "What's your business here today? We weren't told about any new arrivals."
I look
We
at
are
Farah.
What, dude? What?
I look at you and expect you to do the talking since you are so insistent on doing that.
What'd you say, Greg?
I was going to start, but I wasn't sure if you wanted to respond or not.
Well, if you wanted to speak, you can speak. I wasn't sure if you said something.
Alaric is going to motion to the cart and say, "We're simply on a diplomatic mission to meet." What am I gonna say? To meet and fuck, forgot what I was gonna say. To introduce ourselves to your fine new ruler, the Lord Protector, and establish trade relations.
That's a bluff.
And you said you were from Nightstone?
Indeed.
Yes, sir. Surely you've heard about the
Yeah,
exploits of the great Vara Il Sinane and the restoration of Nightstone.
He scratches his beard and he says, "Well, I think I might have heard of you, but I don't know nothing about you supposing to be showing ups today."
Surely, sir.
And
you've heard of
one of the other guards next to him comes up and whispers something in his ear, and the guy nods his head and he says, "Hey, why don't you park your carriage in the courtyard? I'll go talk to my boss. Get this sorted straight out." Hey, listen. Even in medieval fantasy, there's a bosses.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
It's a trap.
By the way,
the carriage explodes.
by the way, we all have eyes of night. We all while they're doing that, I'm going to go up to the carriage and I'm going to give everyone eyes of night, and I'm going to
Hold on.
Okay.
Giving us what?
I was going to give Harmonil his vigilant blessing initiative.
So I have advantage on initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. Thank you, mate.
I gotta just make sure I do it every day because he's got worse initiative than the rest of us.
What does it look like when you do that?
It just says.
I understand. I read what it says. What does it look like when Alaric does that?
Alaric gets on his knee.
I think he just puts his hand on his shoulder and goes all magicy.
What does the magicy look like?
So.
It just says, as an action, I grant myself or a creature I touch advantage on the next initiative roll. I think it's pretty low key.
So there's so
I don't know what it looks like, but having been in the same room, I know what it sounds like. Something like.
Yeah.
I give him a little slurpy derpy action.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
So you get off the horse and you go. You lean in there and you touch them on their shoulders.
On their shoulders.
Mm-hmm. Wait.
Harmonil, show me on the doll where he touched you.
As an action, you can magically. So you don't even have to touch them.
Well, I mean, he touches them with his mind.
No,
But that's what vigilant blessing is, though. You have to touch them.
Yeah, I touch him. I touch him.
Oh, you touch my
So
talala.
who do you touch?
Ooh, my ding ding dong.
I touch Harmonil.
Okay.
Will that
you
lower
touched
my
my
sentence
talala.
if I call it a vigilant blessing when I'm at my sentencing hearing?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So Harmonil has advantage on the next initiative roll. Okay. All right. Just making sure you weren't openly casting magic in the middle of the, the palace where the anti-magic guy lives.
Yeah.
I was gonna go into the carriage and give him a quick slurpy derpy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So the
Give him some mana.
Nah.
I suck the mana out of the system.
Okay. Give me 30 seconds to make a tinkle real quick.
I'm gonna go P2. Right back.
Nah.
Only problem is, guys, I can't hold anything over 10 pounds, so.
Yeah, better.
What? Why can't he hold anything over 10 pounds? So I guess he's not allowed. I guess he can't hold my dick then, huh?
Yeah. Such a Vita.
Are you glad we're finally doing this, Euros?
Fucking finally. I mean, we need to level up at some point.
Hey, I literally made a whole character concept who just wanted to kill things entirely so that we could push things along, okay? That was why Zerk the Animal existed, was because I wanted things to start.
Fair enough.
That was honestly a big part of it.
Oh, I want to kill something. I got mana.
Oh, I want to kill something.
But honestly, you shouldn't have joined the party in the first place, because Hamil wouldn't have talked to you in the road if you were in
I'd say a
character.
good pace to be on would be like, maybe not like a big combat like this, but some sort of combat like every other, or maybe at least like every third game. I would like to have combat.
I agree, but it's hard. It just depends on what
Maybe
you
a
guys
big
are.
thing like this.
It depends on what you guys are
game,
doing.
like,
You can't be
depends on
ambushed by like bandits every time you leave the.
There,
city.
Euros.
What? I mean, when I DM, I also try to throw like combat every now and then, like even or not only just like bandits, but like wild animals and whatever if they're outside in the woods.
Free.
Because I mean,
you guys have fought
Okay, let me-
animals in the woods recently. It's just that you killed them in like one turn.
yeah, Harmony will kill them all the wolves like at one go.
Yeah, you guys are level 7. You're gonna, unless you're stumbling into like, I don't know, like a stone
Albus.
golem in the like, on the road between Waterdeep and Nightstone, which seems unrealistic to me. It's gonna all be
or
low
like
level.
wild, or like fuck of Albus or something like that.
Say what?
I mean,
Albus or something
Yeah,
like that.
that's true. That's true. But all
Then
that
we
stuff is
all-
heavily patrolled, so I don't know.
if y'all want to like chill on your crazy quests and just like go adventure, then we could do that. But, like,
Free.
All right.
We-
So,
Okay,
these
let's
these
continue.
crazy quests, boys. You wanna do crazy quests? They're gonna take preparation.
all right. So, hold on. All right. So after about like 10 minutes, a different guy in a lieutenant's uniform comes down around the side of the carriage, and he and he's got like a clipboard, and he looks in the window and he says, "Lady Ilsanane,
Yes.
I don't have you on the itinerary for today."
Oh no, we were not scheduled in. We found ourselves on our way in this direction and thought that we would present ourselves to the Lord Protector.
Yeah, that's you gotta be on the itinerary.
Is there no way to meet the man and to show our friendship?
Quite
with
busy.
Waterdeep? I understand he's busy.
You could, well, we could put you up in a guest room and you could speak to him at the earliest appointment.
That would be lovely.
It'll be. He looks at his itinerary and he says, 2 days.
So we'd have to stay here for 2 days?
You could come back.
Well, I mean, no.
He's writing on the itinerary and he says, "I've penciled you in."
I trust there are diversions within the castle. Yes.
Well, there's a ballroom.
Ooh, a ballroom. I dare say. It has been. Honestly, I cannot say when the last time I danced was. If we would not be in a position for the Lord Protector or your staff, we would be more than happy to be put up for a couple of days. And then when at the Lord Protector's pleasure, present ourselves and show our dedication to the friendship between our city and his.
Yeah, certainly. Yes, I'll. Give me a minute. I assume you've got baggage with you.
Yes, we have our baggage with us.
Boy, do we have baggage.
He looks over at Alaric and he says, "Will your valet carry it in, or do you want me to bring some staff down?"
I think staff.
I can carry them, Your Grace. He says beneath buckling joints,
Are you
carrying
sure?
all your bags.
But your old human knees.
Your poor human knees.
Yes.
I'm only 54, Your Grace. Oh no.
Tell you what, Sergeant. Why don't you send some staff and Alric can decide whether or not he wishes to have aid. I would hate to damage the poor man's pride, but I would hate more if his knees gave out underneath him.
I've served you well, Your Grace. Please, he's kind of making a show of trying to
This is his lat. You know what happens when servants can't carry baggage anymore in Waterdeep? They get put right down.
Well, Sergeant, you heard the man.
There's a guy. There's a guy comes over and he's got a long elephant gun and he just puts you down.
No, I could do this. I could do this.
I could do it.
I can still serve you.
If he's so very adamant, then we'll let the poor man have his way. Thank you for your hospitality, though, Sergeant.
All right, so he says, "Absolute and Lieutenant, ma'am, give me a moment."
Oh, Lieutenant, my apologies.
This is a different one.
Oh.
He got his boss. Remember?
Yes, that's true.
So he says, "Give us a minute and we'll have some staff out." So he goes back up the way he came. And after about another couple minutes, a few young pages, none of them, sadly, are the adorable Greg, come and look expectantly to be shown which bag it's to carry.
What? Come on, Vara.
I mean, they're looking for the baggage. I mean, I point out the baggage, I guess. Like,
All right. Okay. All right. Yeah. They unload your baggage. I mean, how much? I mean, how much of that stuff is in like open? Let's see.
I mean, most of it is stuff that we're carrying. I don't know what people have from other stuff. So,
well, you said
the
things
stuff,
Vera has brought in the carriage. Fine
Yeah,
silk
so-
robe, gold embroidered silk robe. So is that the stuff he's unloading?
yeah, I mean, the rest of it's all stuff in our own bags.
Okay, well that's
so, yeah,
that's what I was asking. Aside, he's
Yeah,
not taking
but-
stuff from people's inventories, but he's
but
unloading all
the-
that stuff that you brought in the carriage.
The sword and the spear, are not as visible in the carriage. They're kind of like tucked in a
Okay.
spot.
Well, he won't get that then. But the stuff in the baggage compartment, he'll grab.
Yeah,
No,
and the crowbar and hammer are
the
also
multiple
not,
pages will grab.
yeah, the crowbar and the hammer are also not like with the baggage. They're
Okay.
they're like just like
Glove
under.
compartment?
Well, yeah, where you'd put a crowbar and a hammer in a carriage because
Yeah.
like those aren't suspicious. That's just tools.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So they'll unload it, and then the another page will say, "Ma'am, if you'll get out of the carriage, we'll have a boy come around and park it outside for you in the stables. We'll take care of your horses."
That would be lovely.
So they unload you from your horses.
Mm-hmm.
And
So anyone crouch down so I can use their back as a step?
no, you had there's one that unfolds from the carriage. You don't need anything as uncouth as
How
that.
pedestrian.
I know it's kind of fucked up. I'm not gonna lie.
Ugh.
All right,
I
so
feel physically attacked by this lack of respect.
yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
I can't get no respect.
Can't get no. All right, so you guys follow the pages up the steps.
Up the stairs we go.
Yeah, and as you're passing by, you notice some guards in peculiar armor with peculiar weapons. They have the colors and tabards of Waterdeep, but they've got these long wooden, sort of like a crossbow, but instead of having the bow, they've got like a long metal barrel.
Uh-oh.
And
Can
they have
I
there's
look
like a
inside what
Y-shaped stand attached to their back as well.
Oh.
Can I roll inside to see what it is as a fighter?
You
That's much
can perception, and you want to
Perception,
see
okay.
what?
To see what kind of weapon it is.
So you want to roll inside to see if it is indeed an arquebus?
A what?
An arquebus.
Arquebus.
What is that?
Arquebus.
Come on, man.
It's an arquebus, not an aquabus.
Send
An
I don't understand your
aquabus
English accent.
Is something else. Yeah, you can understand your English accent.
Arquebus. That's a fucking gun.
Yeah, that's what I fucking said. Arquebus.
They don't have these things are not guns.
They're totally guns.
Yeah, that's what I want to roll perception.
Yeah, and that's what I said. Are you rolling perception just to see if it's an arquebus? Because we know
perception.
it is.
It's a 12.
So you get a closer look, and that's what you see.
Yeah,
what the
But
fuck?
you're not familiar with that type of weapon. You've not seen
That's
it before.
exotic, yeah.
they're handgunners.
What kind of stuff are these? No, you're
I
only
like
going
the
to
mix
measure.
of stuff that guy has. He's got like a kind of samurai-ish helmet, and then like a
Yeah, exotic gear, like I said.
Yeah, he got it from Logan too.
uh,
All right, so they take you. Let's see. Hold on, let me.
Is that little teeny shield thing like a target for a lance? 'Cause that's
I
exactly-
don't know why they have those. They have those they had that on armor in real life too. I'm not sure what the purpose
Yeah.
is.
It always seemed to me like a lance target. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's
hit
like
me
it's
here,
like a
hit
yeah,
me here.
it's just aim here, you know.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's so dumb.
All right, so they take you up these steps here, And the steps continue into this doorway.
So did Harmonel not understand what they were at all?
Yeah, he's unfamiliar.
He's just like,
Vara
oh.
should know. Vara in game should know either. Just because we saw the talking.
No, Vera doesn't know either. No.
I mean, just because you saw
I
the
wasn't
talking.
paying attention, so that's
Yeah,
on
I
me.
mean, just because you saw the target doesn't mean that you in game know that thing is a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, they've got a gun.
Oh my god.
That's I mean,
Oh my god, they've got a gun.
All right. So you're led by the pages in through here, and you see some of the heavily armed greatsword guards from previously. And they continue, go through another door, and they take you up this spiral staircase here.
oh, who's that guy?
Okay, and then
Wow,
That's a lot of.
I took you to the wrong floor. Hold on.
okay, we didn't
Just
say
kidding.
anything.
Just
Okay.
kidding. You
Hey,
didn't see it.
if the guys took us to the wrong floor and we saw another floor,
You
that's on
didn't
them.
see it. You didn't see it. I fucked up. All right. So
That's a lot of guys.
the page tells you. He says, "I do apologize, but all of the guest rooms are that we typically reserve for visiting ambassadors are full. So we've cleaned up some of the rooms for the higher-ranking staff, and I'm afraid that will have to serve. But you'll have a suite all to yourselves."
Okay.
Well,
Fair enough.
I'm sure we'll be able to make do. But
All right. So they take you in to here.
Yeah?
And they got you set up in this area here.
okay.
And
And this is on the
first
third
gas,
floor?
that's
Say what?
This is on the third floor.
Mm-hmm.
While we're coming up, can I just roll like perception? Just like basically just get a count of like kind of where everyone is. You kind of try to like figure out.
Yeah.
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 And since I have like eyes of the night, can I try like peering around corners, like kind of sneakily, just trying to see if I can see
Yeah,
further?
it's actually right now. It's actually you don't even need them at all. It's very well lit. There is there's open windows all along, like slit windows, but still windows, all along the side. So it's all very well illuminated. But you're trying to get like a count of how many guards you see as you go through.
Mhm.
Okay, so you've seen. Let's see. You saw. Let's see. Make a perception check.
That's plus 10.
What? Wow.
27.
Yeah. So you saw 3 guards at the gate. You saw 2 more in the courtyard. You saw the 2 arquebusiers watching over the courtyard. So that's 7. And then you saw 4 more as you were taken up to the 3rd story. And then you saw another 3 there, or 4 there. 5, yeah, 4 there. So that, you've seen maybe 15?
No, it's more than 15.
Yeah, I mean,
18.
so just going early like that means there are going to be less people inside for the whatever fight we have to do.
God, I hope fucking Older just fucking starts some shit there. Regardless, I'd love it if he did that.
He's just like, well, I'm not waiting around.
I want him to be like that freaking Mon Calamari Admiral in Rogue One.
It's a trap. No, that's Admiral Akbar.
Well,
I think it's Admiral
Radis,
Akbar in
who was
Rogue
like-
One as well.
No, it's Admiral Radis. I just watched it recently.
Yeah.
You
He's blue.
that's kind
And he's just like-
gross that you know that.
It's
He
cool.
just go. I just watched it like last week.
That's
Oh,
gross.
so good.
Yeah,
Actually, Rogue One was good. So
Rogan, super cool.
Rogue One's like by far the best thing they've done.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. So yeah. So you guys are these servants' quarters that you're in are they're decent, but it looks like somebody has like clearly gone through and just like given everything like a once over right before you guys came in.
Okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
This is the nicest place I've ever stayed.
I've seen better.
So what's the plan now? Wait till nighttime? Question mark, question mark?
I'm going to use the facilities very briefly.
Oh my.
And as Vera sits down on the old crapper, she's going to look up. And do these crappers go up?
No.
As well? Huh?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Then she'll just then not actually do anything. Then just come out.
Her dump is contingent on a disgusting visual above.
Yeah, I was
But
basically.
no, unfortunately, no, they don't connect above. No, there's either not back toilets upstairs or they're offset.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. Otherwise, you dropping dudes.
Yeah.
I think I was just thinking of pipes, and I forgot.
Yeah, no. I know what you're thinking, because that's definitely a thing that's happened before. Is like that's one of the reasons that they're offset, is because people 100% were getting dookied on, and then also people would crawl up through those.
Yeah. So I was just like thinking of piping, I guess, and I was like, yeah, of course you stack them all, and then I was like, wait, no.
No.
I was thinking about getting pipes.
You look up to see, and then you get shit on.
Oh no, pink guy!
No! I just got over my last case.
Ah, shit. I gotta stop looking up when I'm in the privy.
Alright, but yeah, so, yeah. I think we'll end here. And then we'll get the next section.
Yeah.
Session will just be all combat.
It's okay. It's nighttime. We're in the lion's den. The section can begin.
There we
Okay,
go.
but like tomorrow, Greg is in work, so we can play tomorrow.
I don't have Solaris tomorrow, so I can play tomorrow.
I can't as well.
What about Saturday?
I can do Saturday, yeah.
Okay.
What's better for you?
I don't know. I mean, oh, you got lots of days off this week, Greg. Look at
Yeah,
that.
because of
Because
Thanksgiving.
it's a holiday.
Holiday.
Yeah, that's what
Oh,
I'm-
because it's
that's
like,
why-
wait, aren't you doing Thanksgiving though?
Yeah, so that's why I said Saturday.
Okay, yeah. I mean, we're not playing tomorrow. Also, Car can't do tomorrow because it's Thanksgiving.
We don't celebrate.
Well, I refuse to contribute to your lack of culture and tradition.
My mom goes.
All right, if we can't do this upcoming Saturday, let's do the Saturday after that, the 3rd. Okay.
But I think we can do this Saturday. I mean, why shouldn't we be able to do this Saturday?
Well, I'm saying if anyone has any issues, I can do this Saturday or next Saturday. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I'll think about it and talk to the lady and let you guys know.
I think
Alright,
we should try
excellent.
it. We should try this Saturday. So
Yeah. Cool. Well, we'll figure it out.
It took a while, but we got to some more fucking combat, boys.
yeah, I mean now the problem is that we snuck in like that because I told Vara, diplomats simply go like that. I'm a diplomat.